All right, hard yarners. What an incredible episode. First, I just got to give you a quick teaser. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. You
Wolfie,
are
you need to write a Bible.
insightful, mate.
Mate, we talked about nothing.
No, we talked about everything but nothing. But this episode is brought to you by, as you can see behind Wolfie, All Trades Cover.
Also the name of my new podcast.
alltradescover.com.au. Brand new, shiny new sign. Thank you so much for your support, All Trades.
And keep an eye on this space because we're going to be giving away, do we have a dollar amount?
At this stage, about $3,000 worth of Makita tools.
Wow.
That's huge. Where'd you nick that?
But yeah, we've got, they're great. We're going to be playing a game as well. Yeah. What did they who covered it?
Yeah.
But they are an insurance company that will cover you for all your trade needs.
And then
Small guys, business, sole traders. They've got,
Yeah. This episode is also brought to you by, should we do Kahuna Golf first? Kahuna Golf. Look good, play good, feel good. They're awesome. There's their hats there. I wear their stuff all the time.
Is
so
that
you've seen
apparel or apparel? Apparel.
Apparently.
APPARL.
But yeah, they're great. They're awesome. They look good, feel good.
Feel good. They got good jumpers. The blade hoodie is really popular.
Yeah, so good. But if you want to,
we'll cut the price like a blade.
Yes.
Why don't you have your next
for
one
15% off?
Yeah, we get a discount code 15% off for Hard Yarns
15.
All right, we're also brought to you by Goat, greatest of all tapes.
This
Delby.
is the first time.
You've never tried Goat?
No, and neither has Wolf Dog.
I did. I used
just
it
rub
at
your nose.
Individual.
So just rub your noses.
I
so
used
the
it at a
oil is
festival
off.
to get
Bit
through
of
a
cocaine
bag.
just came out.
Rub your nose, like the side of your nose, so any oil is off.
Dude, I'm Italian. I have so many essential oils just on my fucking nose.
Okay, so let me put it on for you, Delby, so you get it on there,
All
right?
right.
Oh, this is crazy, dude.
Just wait, Wolfie, wait. We'll get individual reactions.
Get the bag
Okay,
out.
here we
dude,
go.
and
Here we
then-
go. Do it.
Oh, look at this. Wait.
Now, can you feel that opening the schnoz?
I just got high again from the weekend.
I don't think I put mine on right.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah, that's good. How
I
good is
smell
that?
body odor.
So can you feel the
No,
breath?
mine's not as...
Oh, it does actually
That's
pull.
open.
It pulls part of the nose up.
I think
Yes.
mine's on the wrong spot.
So what you
I
do?
don't know if we've done a fair viewing of this because I probably should have got you to help.
I think
put it
mine's
on.
on
Yeah,
the
I should
wrong
have put it
spot.
on for you. But basically, what you're going to do, you want to make sure you've rubbed the oils all off.
It's actually
so it pulls
crazy because it's
and
got
it
like
pulls
a
the
thing
bridge
that
of your
pulls,
nose out,
Pulls the...
and so you can take in more breath. And and it's pulling out. So it's got 3 little plastic
Dude,
little
I can't believe you
strips
got
across there.
sponsorship and you put it on badly. The sponsors would be so annoyed.
But-
You're so annoyed. I smell farts.
So if
you know
you
what?
would-
This should be that. I smell dead people.
I want to try sleep with it.
So you got to put it on properly. Yeah, it's really good for your sleep. They have mouth tape as well.
yeah.
If you go onto their website through the links in our bio and thegoatco.com.au, I think it is, and you will find if you use the code word yarn, you won't get a discount, but we get a kickback.
Nice.
from
Support
it.
the pod.
Oh, so you've just got to do admin for nothing.
yeah.
Guess what? I've seen the sniffer dogs at the
don't take
airport
it.
wearing these.
So don't take it on and
wow,
off.
yeah, that's
because
a big
once you've
difference.
taken it off, it's got the oils off and it's not going to re-stick it. But if you stick it on correctly the first time, it'll last through your workout, swimming, sauna. I did it had it on for about 10 hours the other day, and I did swim, sauna, gym.
It would last right up until you're chased by people and they rip it off you.
and it just,
It's way different.
but get around them. And thank you
how
so
does
much
it
for the
work?
support.
How does it work? You were saying to Wolfie
There's
before.
3 little plastic clips that are in there, and then because they're the way they're made, they want to pull out.
Right. Oh,
And so they pull,
same.
and
I always
the-
want to pull out.
And then the sticker is stuck to your nose, so then it pulls out this basically
actually-
the space.
The
it's got
skin
like-
that's dropping it.
And
It's
you can
not
take in-
just
You can take
Not
it
just
more
the
off.
a
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid. It actually pulls some stuff out. I haven't done it well, but I can feel that there's a metal thing that sort of suctions it out.
But thank you so much for the support, and we have one more sponsor coming on
Oh my gosh.
in a couple of weeks. But we're going to cap it at 4 because I don't want to be doing this for too long. But incredible episode, Wolfie. Mate.
We'll feed you that
Get some,
information when we get there.
why don't you get more sponsors, dude? You can be like Talladega Nights.
If you don't choose Big Red, fuck you. If you don't use goat tape, fuck you.
What do
You
we
should
chat
see his
about?
car, dude. He's got a million
Well, we
stickers
had
on it.
Wolfie's philosophy, inspired by, not inspired by, who just happens to be a reincarnation of Seneca, apparently.
Nah, I was just talking how it's stolen material.
Well, you can't do. Apparently, it's
Apparently.
right wing to be
Apparently.
to talk about Seneca or
Is
Marcus
it really?
Aurelius. Yeah.
Wow. So we
You're
don't.
not allowed to be stoic
Wow.
Stoicism is
Don't let them
right-wing these
divide
days.
you, brother.
But we did two. You talked a lot about
Philosophy.
Yeah.
Interrupted a lot. Need to get on meds.
No, and we talked about the GWS scandal, looking at your past, how it affects your future, living in the present. Is trauma an effective tool to live more
And I've
presently?
got an announcement, guys. No, I'm just I was pretending I was going to do the Grim Reaper thing.
Yeah, but awesome. Thanks so much for coming, mate. What a fucking episode.
Epic. You're going to love the app.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Let's get philosophical.
Let's get hard.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Brand.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
Because we're trying to lift the standards. Hey,
What?
we spoke to Branch. We're doing a new brand.
Yeah, no, I'm
No,
just
it's a new
saying.
pod now, man. We're trying to take it more seriously. I'm trying to get into the. It's more serious pod now, mate.
Yeah.
It's the new Fox. It's the new Fox News. No jokes.
Fox.
Let's just go down the rabbit hole.
Is
Is that pod called Down the Rabbit Hole?
No. You like shit going down, circling the drain, down the rabbit hole, my career.
Spitting in the mirror. Flowers
My career.
on my
Spitting
grave.
in the mirror.
That's what I want my next show to be, or flowers on my grave, or flowers on your grave.
No, spitting in the mirror is good.
Spitting in the mirror, no one gets it. Because
Why?
I
'Cause
did a joke.
I
I
fucking
go, you
hate
ever
my
look
own
in the mirror
reflection.
and then just start spitting at it and go, no wonder she's left you. No wonder she left you. And people are like, oh, that's
Too much.
You don't just spit in the mirror and keep yelling, no wonder she left you.
No, we got a.
I opened with that on a dick and
got
it was dead silence.
Well, we got a proper serious episode tomorrow. So fuck it, do what you want, man.
Yeah.
Dude, it's better having these goat tape than the road
Yeah.
logo. Like, everyone's
that's
got
a good
to
point.
stop doing the branding. Just because you buy it, like, you shouldn't be proud of electrical equipment. You don't want to brand for such shit.
Yeah,
like
but
that, hey?
that's not on purpose. That's just great placement by road.
This is amazing
But
what
if
they've
you are
done
running-
with basic Bunnings tape. To create a business around what you would just call fucking
Band-Aids?
standard kids Band-Aid.
Nelly was ahead of the game. Nelly just needed to go 30 centimetres to the
original.
right.
Imagine if Nelly did an IP claim and go, I started it.
Nelly could fucking do Nelly's goat
Technically,
tape.
he started the whole brand.
I think the streets could claim that,
The streets?
as in the streets.
Anyone with a
Compton.
broken
I thought you meant the bands. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pull you.
Have you tried
anyone
that?
with a broken nose would have a claim.
you tried
What
goat?
do they do when you have a broken nose? Goat tape or no?
Oh,
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
It's
Is
just
it-
good for
you
Is
can
there
do
a
that
pro-
potentially.
I've never tried it, dude, because like,
We'll try it at the
We'll try
end,
it
and
at
that
the
can
end,
be the intro
Yeah.
to it.
because I've seen the other of it where you cover your mouth with tape.
Yeah, that's
When you
called, I said, that's
But
called
they
being in
do
a
it.
relationship.
Yeah,
that
they
one.
got so that it's
You know
not
what the
only-
best one is? You put a plastic bag over your head, just seal it, and you don't get air for about 10 minutes.
Flowers on your grave.
That's called the wolf.
There's your ad, goat.
You get in a car and you put a pipe.
Did you say that's the wolf?
Yeah, that's called
You'll
the
go
wolf.
from goat to the wolf.
Invest in the wolf. And it's just a Coles bag over your head
You'll
with
never-
a rubber band around it.
They
never
And you go,
appreciate
you'll
oxygen.
never feel more relaxed and more at ease than doing this. Trust me, cunt. Get in your car and put a pipe through the window.
They do mouth tape.
Do they?
Yeah, and it's
You would never be able to do that, Brett.
Dude, why don't they do Band-Aids as well, man? Why don't they pivot?
Because
You-
it's a
dude.
little about breath.
You could never do mouth tape.
Do you know what you could do? This would fit perfectly on my dick. Hey?
All the
goat.
way around.
The goat, and it's like, oh, that's actually a micro penis.
That's the kid.
The goat.
I've heard of microdosing, but this is
Could you put it on your
ridiculous.
dick and shoot harder?
Oh. We can road test.
Mate, that's a genuine question.
Yeah.
Because it would.
It
like,
opens up the valve. You could be opening doors.
I got PSI problems.
What do you mean?
Like, I can't.
Oh, with pressure?
Yeah, I can't piss very far. Just sort of like comes
That's
out.
bladder, yeah? PS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
you've
had
got a
kidney
weak
stones
constitution,
when I was
brother.
younger.
Yeah, right.
And maybe I guess it's affected it.
You want to go to the doctor and have your constitution looked into. You got a weak
We're getting to that age,
constitution,
hey?
brother. What?
We're getting to that age.
Yeah.
The finger up the door.
Oh, really?
I do that for fun.
Have you done it yet?
No,
other
have you?
people.
Have you done it? Prostate? Mate, one of our old
Someone should
Patreons
do comedy
and listeners, what's his name? Usher? Jake Usher?
I was going to say, I think he's in jail with P. Diddy.
No, I think it's Jake Usher.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's got colon cancer, and he's been
Oh, that
actually
sucks.
documenting the whole journey.
Oh, yeah.
Of like what it's like going
Did
through
he start with
chemotherapy
the
and
finger
stuff.
up the butt with the doctor? Like,
Mate,
it's like,
yeah, so
fuck,
he's
that's
not.
fucked up.
He's like what? He's early 30s.
Yeah.
I think late 20s, early 30s.
Oh,
So,
that's brutal, dude. Because
yeah,
colon's
he's
a
there,
more
like-
dangerous one than the standard. Like, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because we're getting to that age where we have to start checking, I guess.
I'll check yours if you check mine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I feel about it.
Oh, dude, it's just a finger, man. Fucking
cares,
Carl
dude?
Pilk. I mean, I say that. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. We've all heard my hashtag me poo story in earlier episodes. It's
But do
not
they have other
something I choose.
Do they have other options? Like I feel
Nah.
like that's so Neanderthal.
Right,
Like,
Carl
come here, I'll just stick a finger up your
Carl
door.
Pilkington's got the best bit on it. He's
is it?
like, in 2024, like whenever it was actually, this
Yeah.
is like 5-6 years ago. It's like,
Yeah.
you're telling me we can send a man to the moon, but you still have to stick your finger in my ass to check my prostate. It's like, surely there's a better way.
There should be some sort of equipment.
Yeah, yeah.
Than the finger test.
But they do.
It's
That-
like how you check the breeze. I'm like, yeah, there's a whole weather thing now.
Isn't that
You
what a
don't do this,
colonoscopy-
I
Licking the
reckon
finger.
wind's
That's
blowing
how you
this
do the
way.
prostate as well. You lick the finger.
Isn't that what a colonoscopy is? If
No,
they put
that's-
a camera up your
But there's a
arse?
lot of
yeah, or listening to Ebsworth.
cultural tradition. It's the same with everyone buying
Shout out
watches
Ebsworth.
that I always say to Johnny, like, you've got it on your phone.
Yeah,
It's a ridiculous thing.
What do you
to
mean?
carry about a big device to show you the time.
like a
yeah.
watch.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like it's on your mobile.
Yeah, but that's
Do you know what I mean?
now-
Why do you need like this fucking bullshit? It's do you know what I mean? And then I was saying to
Rolex.
Johnny, if you are rich, you get anywhere wherever you feel like it. Do you know you arrive when you feel like it?
if you're truly rich,
I'm like,
you don't
you're
need
so
a watch.
wealthy, but it looks more like you're an employee cunt.
That's
because
funny as.
I wake up whenever I want and then just invite people around. If you're not there, you're fired. Okay, you know what I mean? If you're, I'm so wealthy, I have to own. You're a slave to time.
That's
mate.
such a
So
great
you're still
premise,
working
bro.
class.
That's great.
That's an incredible premise, but I don't understand what it has to do with prostate exams.
Oh, we were talking about
Losing your watch up-
about how much cultural
how things
technology,
progress.
like the fact that you put a finger up your ass.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like for the weather, you wouldn't just put your finger in the air.
Yeah.
You might just check your phone.
Imagine if you confuse it to, oh, it's a bit brown up here.
Dude, imagine that.
Have you
like,
seen
this
Tiger,
weather tastes
Have you
off.
seen Tiger Woods' old caddy? What he used to do?
What?
When they're trying to get the wind, your golfer throws it up in the air. But the Tiger Woods caddy he just sits there and smokes dark.
Oh, whichever way it goes.
That's great.
So good.
Dude, how much do you want to know? Like, because say you get your prostate checked and there's nothing they can do about it, would you have preferred not to know?
Well, that's a great
Then
question.
to go through 3 years of treatment and trauma and crying and
Well, maybe that's
lasagnas coming
something-
through the mail. Would you rather just go like, do you know what I mean? There's some things they check for that they can't actually solve anyway. It's a 99% fuck up.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, if you
Number.
don't check, and then you could have.
You might be able to, that 1 in a million, you
Yeah.
might be able to fix it.
Now,
then also-
Jake's got like stage 4.
Oh, that's-
so. This
that's
is like
fucked.
he's in like he refuses to give in. He's there and he's fighting and he's
yeah,
going to
that's-
beat this. Is
and
what he
that's
keeps-
that, I suppose that my premise, they are survival stories.
Yeah.
So it's always worth fighting.
We had his own podcast as well that he would.
People
start,
make
and
it
he's
through.
He's decided, no, I'm
Is that
going to
three-legged chair?
three-legged chair. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and so he's been doing that, and big shout out to him, mate. Like,
Mate, it's
a big thing to go
a
through.
warrior, dude,
But
fighting
yeah,
through
the fact that he's so young, and this sort of came up by he goes through the signs and stuff that he.
Mate, that'd be such an
started to
interesting
notice.
podcast as well, because
Maybe we should
everyone
get him on to
forgets
have a
that
chat
they're
about it.
dying. Hey,
Yeah.
we've all got a life sentence,
Mm.
but then when you get something terminal, you start actually being cognizant of that idea. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're all dying.
Whereas,
that's the goal of life is death, the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no.
But we
Not
you
avoiding
get
it, are you?
complacent just because you haven't got a finger up your ass, so they go like, dude,
Yeah.
it's gonna end.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because then you get that self manifestation. Like, if someone tells you you have a disease, if you're not strong of mind, then you just. How often do you get people get diagnosed and a month later they drop dead? Because your brain goes, oh, I'm fucked.
Well, it's the same with
so if you didn't know, you'd probably just
codependent
cruise
couples.
along.
Well,
do you know when they're in older and the wife dies and then the husband dies?
Lucky we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, we're good, dude.
Well,
We've just got Pornhub, dude. If that goes
If
off,
that goes down,
offline, I'm dead in an hour.
We actually we have a cancer survivor coming on in 2 weeks.
I love how you keep trying to bring the tone down, Brent.
Great.
Actually, we've had colonoscopy. Actually, we got a cancer
He is
survivor.
honouring his thought of making this pod not funny. He mentions cancer 80 times.
He's trying to give the pod cancer.
You're trying to riff in it about prostate exams, and then he goes, "There's a dying guy with stage 4 cancer." I'm like, you really just you're banging the algorithm, dude.
Well, he's but we've got one
You're
on.
a slave to the algorithm.
We
like
do
a
have someone
watch.
coming on in 2 weeks, and he's
What's
a
that?
cancer survivor, but he's holistic. So I think the avenue we're going to go down is beating cancer holistically.
Oh, that's crazy, dude. I never like that you have to have one approach. You should do everything.
Yeah.
There's no problem in ringing a bell to try to save your cancer, but there's no harm in getting a scientist.
Ringing a bell.
Yeah, but there's no harm to get a scientist to look at it as well. But I think all hands on deck. I don't understand why some people go, I've just had pumpkin pie and got rid of my cancer. I'm like, why wouldn't you ask everyone?
Yeah.
And I think holistic, they're always so divisive. You do medicine, you don't do holistic.
Yeah.
How about you do ice baths, pumpkin pie, and a bit of fucking chemotherapy?
Yeah.
Like, why would you just pick back one horse when you can back all
I
of
think
them?
the idea is
That's a
that
great point.
chemotherapy actually
Kills everything.
Kills everything. So all of the good things that you're doing. And-
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
that
true.
Chris beats. Have you ever looked on the page Chris beat cancer?
No.
He's pretty big. He talks about how he beat cancer with juices, basically. And he look at you fucking smiling.
I got OJ Simpson to stab it.
What's the juice?
But the thing that-
was it chemotherapy? By any chance, chemotherapy with some fucking gooseberries,
Some orange juice in it?
with
Yeah.
some blackberries and chemotherapy.
So the thing that he pushed was the thing that he was told by the doctor is he said, I'm going to try this juice thing and it's going to have like broccoli and whatever in it. And then the doctor said, well, you can't do that because that's going to actually kill or negate the effect of chemotherapy. And he was like, if it's that powerful, how is this not being addressed in the first place?
Yeah, right.
Well, that's what's interesting, man. It's always that placebo effect. Like
Yeah,
that
there's
is
that
a
as
known
well,
treatment, but then a lot of people try to brand it and sell it and market to you.
Yeah.
Going, it's a juice thing. No, it's the placebo effect, right? The belief and self-healing and belief and,
100%.
and manifesting. But you don't sell that as yoga mats to naive people. It's a bit of a trail.
I do that every time I get sick. I have lemon, honey, garlic tea. And I don't, it's like an old wives' tale, that one, but every single time I have it, within a day,
Do you put socks on?
I'm all good.
Don't they
and
do
I don't care if it's
socks and
placebo
onion?
or not, but I
Socks and onion?
Socks and onion.
Yeah,
Isn't it easy to put a sock with an onion in it?
No, I don't do that, but what?
Delby does that on nights out, but
Do you?
in the front of his pants.
You just stuck curing anything.
Just so he looks like
I strap it on with goat. I strap it on with goat tape.
He hooks up with a girl and she finds a sock with an onion down the front of his pants.
Yeah.
But I don't care if it works or not. If it's just placebo, it could just be placebo. For whatever reason, now I associate getting better with having that. So anytime I'm getting slightly sick, bang one down, and then the next day I'm fine.
I've always thought about, like, if you knew that people's placebo is that strong, it's going to cure them.
Yes.
If you sold a tablet called placebo tablet,
Yeah.
and you know it's called placebo tablet, but you think it's going to cure you, is there any moral grounds with that being wrong? Like, knowing
I think
the
the
placebo works.
And you just call it placebo.
You call it placebo, and you go, this fixes
and
everything.
it writes in the
Well,
box, this is false hope that you will believe.
False
it.
hope. That's what you should call it.
Yeah.
False hope.
False hope.
but
From the brand False Hope,
Yeah.
we give you placebo.
I think
It's
your
something to
issue-
believe in your dying days.
I think your issue would be to get it approved. You need to pass the double-blind
FDA.
placebo.
But dude, because that's where they...
What, so
you'd
they're
actually
using
have-
your drug?
Yes.
As a placebo. So you're being tested. There we go. This got tested 3 times.
And
Our
it
drug
worked.
and the double placebo.
I know, like
We actually failed
multivitamins and-
3 different
I thought multivitamins, nootropics were like not loosely regulated because they're just fucking supplement shit.
Yeah. Well, it's
They're-
when you
they're
make
outside the
medical
loop.
claims like Herbalife, and there was a company that was making medical claims that their juice thing was curing everything. He lost all his money through infomercials. He built his empire, lost it, came back with this product that was like a placebo Herbalife.
Yeah.
And then when they found out he was making claims that weren't true.
But this
He
is
lost
the
it
thing
all
about
again.
this is the thing about like making those sorts of promises when you say like we talk about diversity, like fuck, that guy probably cured his cancer by having those green juices.
100%.
But that's that one person. That's his makeup. That's what it works
It's
for.
like
Some
when they
people
were saying-
chemotherapy is going to be the best version. Like you're right. Like there's multiple.
They were saying if
avenues.
there's no God, they would invent one, and it's like around religion that they've done the stats and they live longer because they believe in a higher power.
No,
they live 10 years longer.
If you believed in God, wouldn't you want to live shorter so you meet him quicker?
Yeah, you want to meet him.
No, well, you want to live in service. You want to live in service.
If heaven,
but
but I'm saying like,
what's your bit? If heaven's good, why don't we go there now?
I'm like, you work at Bunnings, Dad.
Well, I don't know what.
Grab yourself 6 foot of rope and
Like,
make God
why
quicker.
don't we go there now, Dad?
I was thinking
We're
about
literally struggling down here.
that's so serendipitous because I was actually thinking about this yesterday. That exact point was like,
Did you put it in your notes and phone? And go, I've got a new bit that happens to be
exactly like
a
yours.
bit that I saw do Wolfie at Squealing Pig.
No, just this idea of like even like so since my belief in God or faith in God has happened, everything's been so much easier and everything's been so much better. Whether that's a placebo or not, I don't care. Like Tate
God's
talks
the
about
ultimate
it the same.
placebo.
Have you
brother.
tried it,
Yeah.
Wolfie?
Well, as I said, they've done the health and done the stats, and you live longer. Don't fact check me online. I can't do any of that. But I'm saying like you live longer if you have a belief, a religion.
Wow.
They know that.
Yeah.
So like Christianity, like there's a benefit for it. So it's pretty much God is the ultimate health shake.
Well, you have to
just fucking because you just walk through everything. Your wife's left you, and you go, there must be a bigger plan. It all makes sense. It's all serendipitous. You know, like when you're in peril now that you've got this manifestation, you're like, well, if it is, it will be. It makes sense that my car hasn't started. It's a lesson for me. But it's actually, you just didn't put oil in the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Mate.
you're just making excuses for everything. And you actually just walk on water.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
Jesus.
well, this is the plan. You're like Jesus. And then you start thinking, well, it makes sense that, that I'm on welfare or whatever.
Yeah. Sometimes the belief,
It's God's plan.
the belief in God is the cure to everything, whether or not it's true or not. Yeah, that's.
Well,
I don't know why.
It's a cyclical nature. It's like, well, I believe in God, and this is happening to me because of God.
And
so
then,
it's
and
like,
then you're happy, dude.
yeah, you create a safe space for
And you're
yourself.
laughing and you're happy. Well, you're like, none of this matters, and there's somewhere else, and this is God's plan, and He sends His toughest warriors to the biggest missions or whatever that.
Do you
fucking
believe
saying
in
is.
God, or do you fake believe in God?
Nah, man. I'm getting too like into the simulation thing.
Yeah,
too many
yeah.
serendipitous.
But
sort of things.
wouldn't
that-
God create the simulation?
Well, my mind's sort of going into weird pattern behavior, where you'll find like, I was reversing my car a few days ago and there was a dead rat behind it, and I feel like I've
What did he
cursed
snitch on
by
you
a
for?
witch or some shit. Do you know when I'm
The dead
looking-
rat was a human
I
that
feel
dogged
like
on him to the tax department.
I feel like someone's got a I have to continually remind myself that no one has a vendetta and
Yeah.
there's not some evil spirit.
Well, remembering
trying to
as
make
well,
things
the-
bad.
That's more of a paranoid mindset.
Yeah, that's a bipolar trait.
You reverse, and there's a rat there, and you think a witch has
Well,
cursed you.
someone, it's just like, when your brain tries to find patterns.
Yes.
And you're like, what are the chances of having a dead rat directly by my car that I have to move it?
Yeah.
Because I know animals, when they're dying, will try retreat and hide
Have you
somewhere.
thought-
Why would they go in an open space?
Have you thought you ran it over the night before?
Yeah.
Potentially,
Yeah,
you didn't
never thought-
notice.
You never thought-
logic. This rat right behind my wheel
No,
with blood squirting out from either direction.
If you get into that superstitious world,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, that's a bad omen.
Superstitions are really, I think,
They're
they're
what you make of
really
it.
negative and really limiting, because any superstition you have, whether it's good or bad, that means that the power is outside of your
And then you
control.
don't-
Correct. I love that.
And you don't take credit for your own endeavor.
That's
because if
right.
you're doing well, you just think, oh, I'm getting on a lucky trend. And it's
Yeah.
like, nah, you're just going to the gym and you've done a CV up and you're starting to
Yeah.
take care of yourself.
Yeah, you're seeing consequences to positive action.
And you want to own your own outcomes. And I think that's the biggest problem of trauma, is accepting that you're at fault. Always. It's always you to blame. You didn't get unlucky and move to Perth and lose money on stocks and that fucked up your career. Yeah. You made bad decisions and didn't own your reality.
I'm devil's advocate to that.
Oh.
If let's say you've got a mum who has a stepdad who sexually assaults you.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with your decisions.
Yeah.
But the
you
power
haven't
comes
caused
from
that.
you.
The power comes from you acknowledging, owning
But you control your reality because you decide how you react.
That's
to that.
right. Yeah.
Because if you can dissociate,
you're empowered.
you've got to dissociate. Like it has happened, but then everything that's happened is just a memory, so it's as much a dream.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be real.
Well,
you can dismiss it.
But do you think
Brooke
that's...
McIntosh talked exactly about that point when she was on. She got sexually assaulted when she was...
Hang on. When she was a guest on the pod, she spoke about being sexually assaulted.
Correct.
Not when she was on, she got sexually assaulted.
Which is
I wasn't here, so I don't know.
To be honest, hanging around you guys is totally plausible.
Yeah.
I was in another country. I have a solid alibi.
Yes. So she mentioned that specifically when she was sexually assaulted at the ages of 4, 8, 11, I think, and 14 or something.
Fibonacci.
Oh, that's awful.
She could have taken the mindset of
You
like,
really are committed to bringing down this pod. We are really hunting click and sentimentality and hard yarns.
All men are fucked.
He's
She
brought
could
up
have said
stage
all
4
men are
cancer
fucked.
and sexual assault. This guy has got trigger words. He's like, SA's really hot right now. It's really trendy. But, dude, no, but 100% because ultimately...
It's funny because Wolfie, you want to talk more about philosophy. And as soon as it gets too philosophical, you're like,
No, but ultimately, what can you do? Because if it has happened, your best thing is to accept that you weren't responsible and that ultimately you're now presented with a position whether you can carry that forward or rule a line under it and re-establish yourself.
Which is exactly what I was trying to say before you guys started going on that.
No,
that's exactly what her
because it's like skipping a stone on a pond. Like it's one impact, but if you let it take control, it skips forever.
Oh, did you make that up yourself?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
Brilliant.
But with the trauma, you have to rule a line and say, well, this has happened, but you can dissociate from it and compartmentalize it like a fabricated nightmare that you'd have in your own psyche.
Do you think dissociation is healthy?
No, but I'm saying like you know when you imagine something bad happened, that's exactly the same experience in your mind as something bad happening.
Yeah, psychologically.
You can dismiss something when you know you go, I think there's a ghost in the room. Something like traumatic can be dismissed in the same way in your mind.
Well, you were the one
with
who
the same
said
mechanism
on this pod before, and it's gone viral by someone saying it on Joe Rogan, the book, about like talking about your problems over and over again. Is
that
just
was your
putting
original
it back
thought.
into your own traumas.
That annoyed me so much when what your thought was if you have a scab, why keep picking at it?
Yeah.
That woman on Rogan did your exact analogy.
You know what kills me is when because I was looking up bits and you had like put your lips on the cup, and then you realize that DeGeneres had said, I wanted nothing, and he said all I needed was my cup, and then I saw a kid drink with his hands, and I threw it away, which is the same idea. But I was saying like.
So the idea.
Did you create a stand-up bit based off philosophy?
No,
No,
it's my own philosophy. Yeah. But then what I've retrospectively looking, because I had time heals wounds, not if you pick at the scabs every week with a trauma coach.
Yeah.
And I generated that. Well, I believe I did. But Seneca, I then found, because I've started to be cross-checking my comedy with philosophers, and Seneca says, time heals no wounds, not if you pick at the scabs.
Really?
So everything is replicable.
Well,
like I didn't generate that, but I literally generated that in a vacuum because I was like, the only way to improve is to just imagine a superior version of yourself rather than fixing problems, because it's all front. You know, your memories are just bouncing off the windscreen of time. And then I'm like, if you're going backwards, you can't fix it. All you have to do is perceive the vision of a perfect self. And that's the way to fix your traumas.
Fuck, bro. You are just like Socrates
Do you know what
reincarnated
I mean?
or something.
No, but I'm saying it's to create a vision of the perfect world, a perfect self, and focus on that.
Yeah.
And then everything becomes irrelevant.
Is there a place for going back to traumas then?
Yes.
Only if there's a lesson in it.
To use your analogy.
If there's a lesson in it to come to know yourself.
Well, to use your analogy, that's why a car has a rear view mirror, because you glance at it and you see what's behind you, which helps you move forward. So if you are trying to keep things in the past, it's right to acknowledge them briefly
Learn from them.
Go, right, okay, well, I know I've got this car behind me, so I can't take a right turn here because it's going to cut it off.
And I suppose life is like just now, there's nothing else really.
Yeah.
It's just memories bouncing off the windscreen.
Yeah.
You know, and then they don't even exist. So Scotty passed her swimming, but that's now just as much a dream.
Yeah.
Is any of it real?
None of it's real because it's already happened.
And when you
the only thing that keeps it alive is your memory of it.
And when you sift back 10 years later, from memories, they're no different to your future plans and goals.
The only time...
You know, when you're dreaming about this pod being massive and you've got the infinity pool, that's as real as your last Bali trip. It's in the same compartment in your mind.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
So nothing's real.
This last 8 minutes has been so fucking
it doesn't exist.
Insightful. But
the last 8 minutes isn't real.
What do you learn from it? What do you take from
it? Well, I mean,
things?
it's that interesting thing, right? That guy that got stage 4 cancer is being gifted a lesson of because pain helping you to discover yourself. So like it awoken him. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise you might not have had that, and you drift through life and you pay off a mortgage and you eventually go on in a caravan around Australia and whatever. But he became acutely grateful for life. And I mean, is that a gift?
Yeah.
Even if it's reduced time, is time relative? Or is it valued by length or quantity or density?
Or quality.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
That is such an incredible thought.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is, even though he got 3 years left, he's acutely grateful and aware of existence in that time.
Because you've got 3 years of complete presence instead
you've got
of
a moment
30 years of floating through with moments.
You could have 30 years of neglecting your relationships and your family, and whereas he will be going, you know what, Dad, let's do Machu Picchu like we always planned.
Now, is the ultimate goal to be present more often anyway?
To find presence. And then I'm like, is that the lesson that life sends you? Great traumas to make you aware to be in the now because there's nothing else. Do you know what I mean? So is there any trauma, or is it just people continually trying to guide you back into the moment?
Yeah.
Because if you have bad things or good things, you start living. If you have good things, you go too far forward. If you have bad things, you go too back. But both things are trying to remind you that there's only now.
Yeah.
Is that the lesson?
You are
back on the track.
You are Marcus Aurelius.
No, but is that the lesson to keep you back bring you back onto the tracks?
You've just proven why you need your own pod.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
The Wolf Den, baby. It's got to be the Wolf Den.
Mate,
there is no better name than the Wolf Den with an
Dude, you know what?
I'm so happy to produce this and Delby guide him, and I'll just sit there, laugh at your bullshit that you guys are doing. That is why you need your own podcast.
Strip back online, it's like a word salad, and they'll go, this guy's Terrence Howard. Yeah. I'm like, I've got a fly. And you're like, dude, you bought a drone from JB Hi-Fi. And I'm like, time is not real, it's memories. And they're like, the guy needs treatment.
But that's what
that guy needs therapy.
Yeah, that's what makes you so palatable. You're very willing to laugh at your own concepts. Whereas Terrence Howard was like, what I believe is this.
Dude, I've had an argument with someone when you try to do philosophy.
Was it yourself in the mirror and you started spitting at it?
I remember having like a hardcore politics debate with someone, and you know when you realise you're undergunned and your ego requires you to just keep going.
Yeah.
But that's called politics, bro.
Yeah.
That's literally all politics is.
You're in this debate and you suddenly realise that you are totally outgunned, and then you realise you argue, and that's when anger comes about. Is realising that you're inept, you're incapable.
You've
of
just wrapped up the whole left of the American side of politics. All the woke blue head left. That is exactly that. They're outgunned. And they react on emotion.
Rage comes from realizing your own inadequacy because someone shows something to you and you don't understand what they're saying, and you're like, fuck off, man, fuck off. Because you're like, if that's real, then I'm a fucking monkey, dude.
Yeah.
Yes,
because I can't grasp these concepts. And then you punch the table, storm out.
Yep.
And it's because you don't have a good relationship with your ego. You should accept that when I had this political debate with this guy, that he was like Princeton, Harvard, he was fucking really smart, and I didn't have a fucking clue what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And I was also an MD.
At least you're connecting. At least you're connecting with love.
And I was raging, just raging, going, man, lights aren't real, bro.
Where was this? Was this in the kitchen at 3 a.m. or was this?
Have you ever realised you're a lesser man and actually bent the knee?
Yeah. Right now, listening to you talk and your stand-up.
Bent the knee to another person?
Yeah. So, not quite that, but it's more so what I did realise is my frustrations and angers over the last few days reflected my own inaction over the last few years.
Yeah.
A few things I've been putting off and not addressing, and I was getting so frustrated. And something as simple as my daughter and a few things that are going on with her. It seems like it's going to be a very simple fix, and now we've actually gotten to the bottom of a few things. And same with my dog of all things. Like there's a couple of things. I've been putting this off.
Putting it down or putting it up?
And then I was getting angry at the situation every time.
Word fun.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And everyone would be like, in their run, turning it off, unsubscribe.
But I was getting so angry at a few situations and frustrated at a few situations that were arriving. And then I realized I was more frustrated and angry at myself for the lack of action to implement the change fucking 2 years ago when I recognized.
And that's your epiphany, right? Yeah. Because you're a result of your decision and your attitude.
Yeah.
Your life is a result of that.
Yeah.
And then you just lash out.
Yeah.
My mum should have been kinder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just the accumulation of your decisions and the way you're engaging with this place.
All right, we're going to
Which is why my life... I don't know why my life is
I was
so
about
brutal.
to say, we need to clip that and play it back to him next time. He's going, fuck, man, I'm fucking not in the house. I'll go, fuck it.
Well, dude, because I'm always putting myself into these deep traumas, but then I'm like, am I, you know how people argue and then you realize they're chasing dopamine to feel relevant? Do you know when someone like niggles you and then you realize, that's a way that they connect and feel relevant?
That's a bad N-word.
Am I a trauma hunter? You know, like how people chase hurricanes? Do you know what are they called? Hurricane hunters. Am I chasing trauma?
Storm chasers.
Am I a storm chaser because am I doing it accidentally, subconsciously, or do I like it because I get
a reason.
Lessons out of it?
Or you get a reason to blame.
Am I jerking off the universe for knowledge by just going, let's make it the worst ever? I'll be under a bridge being raped and I will outperform Seneca when I'm raped by lions of men and I'm just staring at one post.
Dirty Dave and the boys or whatever.
Dirty Dave.
Is that it?
Dude, so I do Jesus 40 days, 40 nights just being pounded in the desert. I'm not even crawling. There's no water and I'm like, I will.
The cheeks are parting instead of the seas.
My cheeks are being parted and I'll go, I will get superior knowledge that man.
What it is you have been in that place.
Storm hunter, dude. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to become Seneca.
You've been in that place so commonly and for so long, that's become your
safe space.
Yeah, you recognize it and that's your
Garden of Eden, to use biblical terms.
Yeah, that is your area in which everything, you'd much rather be uncomfortable in the knowing of what you can expect, whereas the unknown, that uncomfort is always
dude,
you feel comfortable in chaos,
and it's a really negative philosophies like stuff like trying to dissociate from base needs. Food, eating, drinking. I don't drink anymore. Friendships, and seeing what exists outside of your instinct.
Can I just
what exists outside of your instincts and your impulse?
Can I quickly just pause you? I don't know if you realize it because we were on a roll there.
Yeah,
Wolf Dog has just said that he will gain more knowledge from being gang raped by a train of men than Jesus. That's how he plans on gaining more knowledge than Jesus.
The ultimate sacrifice.
Getting raped 40 times.
What you realize, if I got raped for all of that, pain is knowledge. To truly know thyself, you must crawl through the desert.
So like Jesus was quite happy to just, be
he got hammered by men in a different way. You're getting nailed by men.
Dude, I'm going to get nailed. He got nailed in the air. I'll get nailed to the ground.
Oh, my Lord.
This guy was a pussy because he went up in the air. I'll go on the ground so people can grope and defile my soul.
Lord, please forgive me for this blasphemy.
So
but it's funny.
If you put that cross on the ground, that's the true crucifixion.
You've definitely found...
And then the town, instead of throwing things at you,
sodomy.
All your flesh is defiled and nothing exists beyond that. And then suddenly you elevate.
To the next level.
And it's the apprentice. You rise up. And you realise you're sitting higher.
Yeah.
You've found comfort.
Nah, this is dead real. This is how you're going to get a fucking ban. Strike two on the internet. Playing around with some crazy... This is like kids playing with a Ouija board. You don't want to go around this area.
You've definitely found comfort in discomfort. And that familiarity is what keeps you there. And you won't change until that... What's the saying? The pain of change is... is less than the pain of
but it was like I saw it's a weird one, man, because I think pain is knowledge and you get a better insight into yourself. Like I feel bad for people that just tiptoe through life, because what is it? A life not examined is a life not wasted. Really lived or whatever the saying is. But I'm saying, like, you should be grateful for your traumas because you got to see how deep the lake truly is, like how much you're capable of, how much you've got in yourself, which is what you do, like with your running, how good it was to run for 40 hours or however long you did, 40 hours, 40 nights.
Yeah.
But you know, like you realize that there was more to you than you had thought.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that isn't that the whole point of being down here? Realizing how deep the lake is by testing it? Or do you just look for comfort? Like, is the idea of making a lot of money and then just flagellating yourself and doing fuck all, is that really the dream?
Well, if that's your dream, I know that for a fact.
Is that a capitalist sort of Western flawed ideology to go like, you know what I want to do is set up a really big business, make a lot of money, and then be idle for the rest of my time?
You won't know, because that might be bliss for you. You know how
you've
people
got to find your own bliss.
You have to do it. And when you get there, you know, you always hear, I realized there was more to life. Maybe you get there and you love it, man.
Well, that's what Louis C.K. was saying about Goggins. He was like, yeah, great. Any cunt can do that. Yeah. Just keep running. Yeah. And then what?
Yeah.
He goes, there's a lot more to life. He goes, yeah. You can just flog yourself. At 80, he still dies. So good on you, mate.
Well,
you're real fit.
That's how I feel
how
about
good
Goggins,
is that,
but
mate?
I would love him on.
And he goes like, yeah, just keep going. Fucking be harder. And I'm like, great, man, but that's the way you lived your life now.
Yeah,
we also had a disco and had a bit of fun. I'm like, how good's that?
That's
mate?
an MD man
you
talking
can
politics.
just do push-ups forever. And I suppose that's what I'm doing, storm chasing, looking for negative stuff.
You said the other day you've created, or everyone has created these false idols in the Hollywood pedophiles that we're seeing around.
Yeah.
They're falling, and you're like, well, that was always a problem to begin with, to create your idol in another person instead of yourself.
Worshipping false idols. Is that
what is fame? Becoming relevant to the irrelevant? It's fucking meaningless.
So true.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you get an ego boost, but you're relevant to the irrelevant because these people don't know themselves and they buy your hats and worship you.
Yes.
But I'm like, you really want to be worshipped by contemporaries or people that have actually explored life.
Equals.
If you've got random 10,000 people coming and clapping for you and saying, yes, I'm money, and you're like, this guy can barely write his name.
Yeah.
Like, does that mean anything?
It's not. They're not the people you want to hang around. It's people that fucking look up to you and will do anything you want.
Yeah.
When you finish a set, all the plebs will, that's fucking great. No, you don't want them. You want your peers or people you look above.
Yeah, and
that you value higher than yourself.
They bestow their opinion and compliment on you like it's a gift. And you're like, yeah, it's like a child, you know, like...
It feels nice.
It
feels
nice. Does feel nice, but like you've got to question the validity of it. I'm like... Have you ever crawled through the desert through a train? Black man. Oh, whatever, dude. Delete that.
No,
I don't know. You don't want to be dismissive of it, but like, what is? I wonder, because it is weird that we worship. There's no elevated people in this world, in my opinion. Like they're people with
Jesus
gifts.
and Buddha and
they're people with
Muhammad,
gifts, but I'm like, everyone's just flesh and bone?
Yeah.
Are they great people
Except for Oscar
that
Pistorius.
walk amongst us? I know they're people that are more in tune and motivated more and more successful, but I'm like, is there elevated consciousness, or do you all just exist?
Well, how do you feel when you walk past a crackhead junkie that you're like, man?
I often wonder if he's more insightful than we are. Because I'm like, he communicates his own language. He lives on his own time.
Yeah.
No, but he's got the balls to live outside of society's rules. So I'm
Does
like,
he, or is that just what's
he at
happened
a
to
higher
him?
level of consciousness?
Or has that just happened
Whereas
to him?
we're in there going, and we got to get some goat tape.
I look at someone who's
why did I have to
I
put
would
that?
look at
that's a great plug.
I would look at someone like that and wonder what got them there.
I know.
I wouldn't judge them. I'd feel...
Well, it probably links back to what Wolfie was saying. What got them there is not being able to dissociate themselves from their past trauma or dealing with their trauma at that point in time.
But it's a freeing
manifesting.
thought, man.
Because you think about like our parents, for example. Our parents were brought up by their parents who grew up in war times, and then their parents grew up in war times, and lack of freely available food and comforts, and so each generation is just worse and worse and worse, and so they're
because it's gotten easier.
What's that saying? Hard times make hard men. Weak men.
But they're all.
And it's a cycle.
Hard men create easy times create weak men.
But we're looking at these people. Sorry, like our parents and their parents' parents and their parents' parents. They're all like passing on basically what they've learned from their parents.
And they want to reach through time and force their idea.
The next generation, we're fucked up, man. Because what have we passed on to these fucking weak dogs?
But the question is life as hard as you think? Because like there's a homeless guy in Sydney, like when I left, And then I came back 10 years later and I saw he had new trainers, he's still existing. And I'm like, have I overcomplicated life? Because I'm so worried during those 10 years. And this guy's done fuck all. Do you think he worked on a CV or did a learning or bridging course? And I'm like, he still had better trainers than me when I left. And when I returned, he had fucking Nike trainers. He probably shoplifted them. But I'm like, am I over-engineering life?
Yeah.
Because he has still existed in that 10 years while I've fucking spun my wheels.
Well, you won't
for
know
eternity.
until you ask him what his thoughts are.
And guess what he did? Lay in the park daydreaming. And I was, I've got to get it going. I've got to get things. And he's still got better shoes than me, dude.
Yeah. If he enjoyed it.
He has better trainers than me when I left. And 10 years of life, he's still doing better than me. And he never left the tree.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is life? The guy might be a better version of life than I had. I would have preferred to stay by the tree and reflect on myself.
Like, you won't know until you ask him.
So
he
you
might
may
go,
not-
bro, the last 10 years have been fucking
He goes,
horrific.
dude, these guys in a van took me out to the desert.
Dirty day for the boys.
40 days, 40 nights, not good.
You made a good
That's your theory. I
Not
put
a
it into
good time,
practice.
Wolf.
It was horrific.
I know you laughed about it. Not a good 10 years.
What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Oh, fuck. Not that time.
I don't know, man, but like, it's hard to work it all out because I think you have to work out your own Rubik's
Yeah,
Cube.
you can't work it out.
It's your own riddle to solve.
Well, what generation do you think passed on the best lessons?
I don't like...
Because I think we've, like you just said, I think we've gotten to a point where it's too far. Like you're like trying to protect them too
but
much.
why are they
Whereas the
doing
generations before were maybe
I feel like our generation
being raised with pretty
was almost...
almost
Yeah,
perfect. Perfect happy medium.
Something's happened between our generation and the next generation.
Why is
where it's an
everyone trying to pass
overcorrection.
down an instructional manual? Like, life's pretty intuitive.
Yeah.
And you only know yourself and you're a new spirit. And then someone's trying to put gravity in your dreams going, like, nah, man, you could never be in marketing. I'm like, why is their ego demanding that they impart wisdoms on other people when they don't even know whether they're right?
Yeah.
If you're actually honest, no one knows why we're here. I
feel like
So if you're ringing up a mate trying to give them advice, do you really know what the fuck you're talking
that's
about
right,
if you're
yeah.
honest?
Yeah.
And you go like, what you need to do is, get on Tinder, get amongst some
Are
new
you
girls.
having a personal attack at our phone calls?
No, but what I'm saying to you, have you ever questioned whether you're actually imparting absolute dog shit?
Yeah. No, but
Like,
that's...
do
it
we even
depends-
know what the fuck's going on? Why am I pulling people aside, giving them advice? What do I know of this world?
Well, it depends how
And
much
what
you're
people want
trying
from
to... How much you're trying to mold and shape that other person. You can say, hey, this has worked for me. Why don't you try this or this? But if you go, what you need to do...
Yeah.
Like
that-
I
have
said
you
to you
noticed
once or twice.
Do you notice people get angry?
Yeah,
when you
because
don't
they
listen
hate
to them?
being- they hate-
because their ego's challenged. Because it puts at jeopardy their whole existence. Because they're like, well, I live to this compass, and it's got to
But
be
if they're
right.
getting-
Otherwise, life's fucking insane.
If they're getting angry, that's a reflection on their poor resilience and their lack of ego. And if you're getting angry at someone trying to help you, then that's a reflection on you as well.
You know what I hate
There's a-
most is when you don't ask for advice and people give it to you.
Yeah. Well, that's
That
what
is an
you've made that
overreach.
point on the podcast. The greatest teacher is the guru that you don't ask the questions. You just follow the example. or
Yeah,
something.
you know what the guru is? You stare and then you realize, you know how they're always still? You're just actually looking at yourself in a mirror.
Yeah.
Don't
That
spit
is
on
the
it.
guru.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know when you go and you just sat there sedate and you're like, yeah, that was your reflection,
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
the
and-
guru is you. You're the only one that knows this journey or what you need from it.
And that
Spell
goes back.
guru without you.
That goes back.
Twice.
Hoodoo gurus, baby.
You twice in guru. It's a you
Don't
and a
hoodoo
you.
the guru.
Well, that goes back to what you were just saying before. Like you're imparting your wisdom, but you could be imparting your own lack of knowledge
yes.
onto people,
And-
which is
and-
what our parents were doing, and our parents' parents and
Yeah.
parents.
And you don't
which
know what
is-
model
I
you
feel
are.
like our model now, like me as a parent, my generation, we're imparting too much protection
And
and
do you think you
no
might,
resilience, and the ones before were maybe a little too hard, and the ones
And you
before
don't know
were
what
harder
journey
again.
you're on.
Yeah.
But I feel like our parents, and maybe a little bit younger and a little bit older, within that generation, had that good happy medium of like,
Yeah.
I'll show a bit of compassion, a bit of understanding,
Go.
but I'll also say, shut the fuck up and do as you're told sometimes.
That's
Dude,
right.
and
Yeah.
it's
Go
like-
run around, wait, come home when the street light's on.
And
Yeah.
what
Go
life
and explore
experience
life
do you have?
yourself.
You don't know what model they are. They might be a T52. Do you know what I mean? It's like taking a non-practical guy and
Yeah.
just yelling at him. Why can't you hold the hammer properly?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You might actually be fucking them up by going, it's simple, mate. Get a trade. I remember with my mate, like he was a chartered accountant and his dad was like, I just don't know why. You can't be like his brother doing the air cons. Fucking, he's killing it.
Well, and he's a
I was
chartered
like,
accountant.
dude, he just got top of Australia for cash flow statements. I'm like, he's a fucking genius. And he's now a multi-billionaire. But I'm saying to you, it was so crazy because his dad was trying to help him, but he just couldn't understand the world outside of the one he saw.
Yeah.
He didn't know that there were other opportunities and other people and that there's other countries.
Yeah,
and he was just like, it's simple, mate. You get asbestos and you dump it in the woods. You say you're going to dispose of it responsibly, but you wrap it up in blankets and bury it in a national park, mate. That's how we've always done it. That's how the money's made.
Yeah.
And you're like, then there's a little boy playing a violin. It's like that. What was that fucking dancing kid in the mines? What's that movie?
Kid in the Mines.
What was it called? Billy Elliot.
Oh, yeah.
It's Billy Elliot.
Finding a
Where his whole family's yelling at him that he's wrong, and then he does this little dance.
That's your synopsis of the whole movie?
Does a little dance.
The whole family says you're wrong.
Delby,
He does a little dance.
What do? You do your
bad
bad
pop movies. Yeah, that's it. A man solves his poverty through dance.
Yeah, but he does his little dance, and it turns out there are other dancers out there, and they'll clap and whistle, and happily ever after.
But the reason people don't want you to go against what they do is because it reflects their inaction and it reflects that potentially what they've been doing for their whole life is incorrect.
It holds the mirror up.
What you do is you challenge their map.
Yeah.
Because they go, this is true north, and you're going, can't turn it around. You're going down. and then they're like, don't say that. I fucking based my whole life on this.
Yes.
I paid off a rental house in Mandurah. And you're like, you should have been dancing, cunt. And he's like, shut your fucking mouth. And then they end up punching your teeth out. I'll fucking beat him. He's a disrespectful cunt.
Yeah. Then they find
thinks he
their
knows
dream.
the world. He knows it better. And then they go, he's arrogant, he's egotistical, he's pompous. Look at the way he's fucking swaggering around.
And we will go through that at some point as well.
Yeah.
Where
But
we will
guess
be
what?
like, this is the way we did it. And then our kids will be like, no.
What about if every map's different?
That's the devil, though. That fucking, coming back to your biblical things, that vengeance and that envy and the hate that someone's doing better. That's the devil bringing itself out in you.
Yeah, 100%, dude. When you see someone doing well and then you lie about the fact you're not initially panged with jealousy. Because everyone feels that.
Yeah.
Unless
Always.
you really love them. No,
you got to catch
really
yourself.
If you really love them, you're like, fuck yeah. If they're like
But
a
you're
brother.
also a little jealous. You're like, oh, I'm so jealous, but I'm so stoked for him. You acknowledge
dude.
that because
Fuck,
that's natural.
Do you feel jealousy, Branchy?
Is that our alarm?
No, that's next door.
Do you feel jealousy?
I'm actually I'm getting quite good at the old cheer on people that are
man.
doing things
You're
that you
good
want
at
to do.
this.
I would look at something that someone would do. Like I remember reflecting on Delby doing his Astor show.
Oh, I was so jealous.
And I was so jealous that you were up there, and I was like, "Fuck! I wish I could be on that stage right now."
Well, you can't. You just got to put in 7 years of work.
100%, and it's also like it's as simple as put in the work. Yeah, and it was not a jealousy thing, but it was like, "Fuck! I wish I could be on that stage."
Yeah, you should have done it. You should have worked harder.
Well, yeah, but
lazy.
But and then I remember the next day I was
lazy
I was
boy.
still fucking so proud of what you'd done, and instead of being jealous, I'd be like, "Fuck! If that's what you want to do."
Yeah. You know what I did? I blocked and added him 30 times.
Work towards it. Like if that's the person you want to be, work towards it. Like
during
don't
that
be jealous
show,
of it.
I blocked and added you 30 times. I'll add him back. He might give me an opportunity. Fucking block him.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is when people are hypocrites.
I use that as an example. That's just one that because Delby's here. But like, there's so many times where you see someone, like I might see someone have a podcast and they get on a big guest, and I'm like, fuck.
I blocked them.
Yeah.
Like I wish
I
I could
blocked
get
them
an
immediately,
opportunity.
and then
So
I
he
tried
wants
to get them
wants
cancelled.
He wants to live in that trauma space.
Yeah.
I blocked them and try to get them cancelled and go, I think he touched someone.
And instead of like getting jealous now, I look at that and go, fucking how good.
Yeah.
That is so good. And instead of looking at it like, fuck that, why is that person getting it? It's like, oh, that shows what we can do.
Yeah.
Dude, and then
Well, the
this-
simple case of that is our phone call,
Yeah.
where you see Waka is on Taskmaster.
I love that.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Brady Blake's getting a mad shout out from Will Anderson.
Yeah.
But you're like, man, like, fuck, Waka's only been doing comedy 4 years or 5 years.
No, he's been
And
going
on
longer than
Taskmaster.
that. And I'm proud because I love Waka.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it
Waka's
just
But at the
shows
same
like-
time, you're like, man, I wish that was me.
It's like a canary down the mine. It shows you what's possible.
But it gives you back.
Not a Billy Elliot down of mine.
It does come back to you though. If you're not wishing, if you're wishing ill or like going, he doesn't deserve it, I deserve it.
Hey, you're fucking stoked for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, it's a weird feeling because
you have that initial like, oh man, I wish I was there.
Yes.
But then you're like, that's fucking dope. Like,
and it's an example of what
you know when it's gone bad is I had a period where you're just getting angry at random people and you're like, who's this fuckhead? You know when you just look out your car window and you're like, what a fucking moron.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like total projection.
But some people live in that state all the time.
But I hate hypocrites that pretend you feel everything. I was trying to explain it to my boy because he has these tantrums and goes mental. And I was like, dude, we're not going to stop that. We're just going to try compact it. So like now he does 3 minutes. It used to be 10.
Nice.
And I go like, you'll always feel anger. You always feel that. But just turn the dials down on some of the more negative ones. Do you know what I mean? And try see. And now he's doing a challenge. He goes, how good was that, Dad? I did like 2 minutes of trying to bite and punch you. Because I didn't know what I wanted. And I go, yeah, dude, you're killing it. I said, the goal, we get that down to about a minute and then you're a normal functioning person.
Yeah, because it's still right to feel those. You don't block it out. You can't go, I'm never going to be angry. Well, you're allowed to be angry, but just like feel it, deal with it, and don't hurt other people with your anger.
Well, and that's what I find like so crazy about this generation where they pretend that we don't feel everything. I was in like with that cancel thing that you always talk about.
Oh,
that
I've got a great example now that we're onto that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to have ownership. You know when like Chris Lilly got cancelled and they go, the show's repulsive. Yeah. It was the most popular show in Australia. I watched it 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And then we go, cancel him. I'm like, it's like a group of kids on a school bus that goads one boy to get his dick out the window.
Yeah.
And he gets in trouble and you feel like you weren't responsible.
Now,
we were responsible culturally for Chris Lilly.
But
he
it's
reflected
still
us.
funny except for 1 or 2
blackface
bits, but like it's still funny, bro.
But what have we become? Trying to pretend that we don't feel things.
Branchy, you talk, then I'll give you an example because I can't
we not
wait to hear
feel
your
that?
thoughts.
No. I just don't understand what he was cancelled for in the first place.
But also like
blackface,
It was just like blackface. He did a.
But he was playing a Tongan bloke, eh?
Stop mouse.
They're monsters out there, but I'm saying like
LeBron James
He
just
did try an
Beetlejuice.
N-bomb. He did
I was
throw the
watching the. Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He did an Aboriginal interpretive dance at an awards thing. As an Aboriginal.
Okay.
No, as a Chinese guy dressed as an Aboriginal.
But the thing,
I mean, the humour in it is the irony in it.
Yeah.
But
Aborigine, Aborigine,
yeah.
Aborigines.
But something like that. Like we see. No, I won't even touch
but
it. But
people are
starting
being
5,
disingenuous.
LeBron James dresses up as Beetlejuice, paints his face all white. Is that whiteface?
Yeah.
Like,
Beetlejuice isn't even
But
a real
are people
person.
are people being disingenuous because deep down, you know that everyone you know that you're capable of being bad or you've done bad things or similar bad things. Maybe when you're younger and you knew less, and then to lie. Do you know when someone like lashes on stage, you're going, unacceptable, don't act like that. And know full well that you've chased someone into the car park screaming, or you haven't done that, but then you don't have no empathy for them and you're like, and then you gather up and stacks on the guy and go like, mate, he shouldn't have yelled. And you literally know that you got away with it. Yeah. Maybe even when you were 8, you had a tantrum, or when you were 6, you bit someone in the class. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, why'd you pretend that you're not on the same journey and that you learned when you bit your teacher that you won't do it again? And then sometimes adults are biting teachers.
It gives you virtue signaling. It makes you feel better than other people. It gives you that false idol. You make a false idol of yourself.
Because on your story arc and your journey, everyone bit someone.
Yeah. So
you bit someone in the in the sandpit.
Yeah.
Some people are nice, but everyone's done something.
Yeah.
Or said something cruel to a friend.
The people
or
that
a parent.
actively want people cancelled are the ones that are trying to make a false idol of themselves because they're saying, I'm morally superior to you. I would never do that. Let's fucking shit on this guy. And then as soon as that person gets pulled down, that's the way they feel themselves getting pulled up rather than working on themselves and bringing themselves up without needing to pull someone else down.
I need a week. Keep going.
Yeah.
Well, mate,
I'll save the bit that
you've ruined it.
I've been holding on to it.
You've ruined the pod,
but
mate.
also
when you're
when you're talking about getting cancelled or like people being offended, we were talking on the phone how Amos walked my 4 teachers at the teacher.
Did he actually walk them?
Yeah, but they were having a shit time. It was my fault, man. Like I didn't set the show up right. They were just having a miserable time.
Yeah,
like real miserable. But with Amos, this woman came over at the break. Me and the other ladies were very offended by that act. We said, they were like, you were, no issue with you, but that was very offensive. And I was like, well, I can either go down, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Or I can just go, okay, well, that's your problem. So it was very hard because it was my show, but I just said, were you? Okay. Well, sometimes that happens in comedy. Sometimes comedy isn't for us.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, how are you? The alarm was going off. I tried to go for a wee, and it went bananas, and we didn't have the code. So, amazing. Wicked. Is there a way that we can use that toilet? Fuck yeah. All right, brilliant, Mark. Thanks.
Well, it's sort of like...
that was our landlord. Just pop it in.
Yeah, what have we done?
Well,
it was talking about that Jesus stuff we gave
No.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying, man. It's the same way, like, if you really, when you get feedback and people say, I love that set, and you do like it, like that they enjoyed it. But, yeah, you've got to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, that's
your
your
opinion. You love
opinion.
it or hate it.
That's your opinion.
Yeah.
And it's like what I said, like, before, just because you don't like avocados doesn't mean Coles shouldn't sell them.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be out the front and going like, what you do? I don't get it, dude. It's all slimy in your mouth and it makes me feel sick. It's servicing a need in the market.
Yeah.
And that's why it's weird when people say, oh, this comedy or Hannah Gadsby, like, I don't like it. It's servicing a market.
Yeah.
So it's valid.
Yeah.
If
you're still allowed to not like it, but you can't stop other
dog
people
it
from
out,
liking it.
But I'm like, if you make a product and people start buying it, it's a good product.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you can't go like, avocados, I hate them, stop it. They smell weird. I'm like, well, just don't fucking go to the avocado fair.
I've been trying to tell the government that about mushrooms, cocaine, and MDMA. It's a great product. People are buying it.
And you know what I find funny is like they come to comedy and then they're like, I didn't laugh, I didn't have fun. And I'm like, yeah, you never do.
Yeah.
You're an absolute turd of a person.
Yeah, that's
what do
on
you think,
you.
we're a fucking miracle worker? Yeah. I'm like, you haven't smiled in 47 years, Cheryl.
Or people...
And you guys, I felt angry. I'm like, I bet you feel angry in your car as well, dude. Do you feel angry when you go to bed?
Yeah.
I put on my socks, it makes me fucking angry.
Or the people... That's because there's an onion in it. It was mine.
But they act out like it's unusual. And I'm like... You can always see it when people give feedback, 1 star, and then you click on their name and they give them 1 star to
their own name.
The Grand Canyon. They give 1 star to water. They gave 1 star to their own reflection. Hey, do you know what I mean?
If they were a Nazi, they gave 1. No, the problem was, bro, that this woman, I think her table wasn't even offended. I think she needed for me to apologize so she felt better and had this virtue signal where she's done right on behalf of everyone. But then there was 80% of the audience that fucking loved it and stayed and watched him do his headline set.
Yeah, well, that's crazy.
I was like...
What are you meant to do with that sort of lady?
Well, that was the thing. I ended up flipping it on
Did you say, look, we'll meet you. He's going to apologise to you. Meet us at 12 o'clock at this place.
Meet us at the apology square.
And we're like,
we're going to have the apology stick. We'll
we go, look, he's going to give you your money back. You're going to meet here. And then she arrives, no one's there. And you ring and go, we got you again, loser.
The way I did it, I flipped it on her and I just said, because I wasn't going to apologise. I just said, oh, look, he's a great act. Obviously, didn't hit the mark with you. I think he's hilarious. I can't control what comics talk about. And she goes, yes, but we're very offended. I said, okay, that's comedy. I go, what are we going to do from here? Are we going to dwell on it? Are we going to think about that for the rest of the night? Or like if it was school and you had a naughty student, do you take the student out and move on with your lesson?
Well,
she goes, okay. I said, well, don't let that ruin the rest of the night.
It's like that attitude,
it's
right?
happened.
You know how people, when they get bad food and then they're like, sometimes I don't send it back. I just go, this steak restaurant sucks. Yeah. I just eat it and go, I won't come here again.
Yeah.
Or when you're lining up, I was lining up for my coffee, they took too long and I'm like, done. Never coming here again. Yeah. Walk off. But you don't actually have to yell like, you made me wait. I wanted a coffee. Yeah. You disrespected me. I saw you walking off. Yeah. I'm like, internalized, bang, just taking the data, going, shit, cafe. Yeah. Not coming back.
Or even the worst part of that is people that won't say anything. So they don't give a business an opportunity to rectify the issue. Yeah. And they leave. 1 star. They didn't do this. It's like, okay, cunt. Well, what did you do about it? Sure, there's been a problem or an issue. Did you speak to the person or did you just want to go home and fucking hold it and bring them down to make yourself feel better?
Why did they feel the need, like they had to tag you with that information?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they had to make sure. But I can see...
I've been guilty of it though. The one time I don't feel any issues about it was with the Travelex where they tried to fucking flat out rob me.
But do you not find
this is horrific? I confronted them with it, and they just went, "Oh, well, we can actually do this amount."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, well, that means you were about to steal $400 off me, and you were prepared to do that."
Yeah,
and I was like, even this better deal is still horrific. So I took it, and I was like, "Fuck these cunts, man."
Yeah.
I'm definitely warning other people so they don't.
But you're good with that, with the empathy in your heart, because I feel like even that lady that complained, I can see how it would be mortifying to be at a show and hear 80 people laughing and understanding it and realizing you don't know what's going on.
You're marginalised even
and you're
more.
looking around and you feel so isolated that you would have a tantrum.
Yeah, it's like the dad example that you had, where he's so dumb. Well, I don't get why it works. Go get a trade. I don't understand why this is funny. And fuck these guys. There's something wrong with them.
You lash out because it puts your whole existence in jeopardy, because you're in a room and you're looking around and you see a woman that looks like you howling, going, "How good's that?"
Yeah.
So funny, clapping, and you're like, and then you just want to rip the world down because you don't understand it.
Cancel culture.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
And then you can have empathy for you. Like, look, you almost patronize them like a disabled child. Look, I know you don't get it. You probably never will. And I go, it must be hard for you in a lot of places, isn't it? So, and you often feel confused and overwhelmed by situations? Do you often look around wondering why everyone else seems to be getting what's going on?
So
I said, you must have a really taxing existence. Because you're looking out your window and you're seeing families playing and your family doesn't want to go anywhere near you.
Well, and that's a
and you're like holding your dash going like, why doesn't my daughter call me? Because she doesn't want to talk to you.
This is why it always comes back to self.
Because you're boring.
But how do you solve it? Hang on, Branch.
Some people don't realise they're boring.
Well, and it comes back to self is what I was going to say. Is like, well, you can only control yourself. So just focus on, if you want to make some change, it seems so cliche, make the change within, and you can hopefully breed that amongst the others around you. If not, it's going to get bred out. Like some of those ridiculous ideas and thoughts that you see, the feminists and or the extreme
I'm not jumping in on any of this stuff.
But
this is for your clicks, man. I'm not involved in this.
No, but if you, like some of the, I've run into people lately who genuinely think that women, given enough opportunity over the next 20 or 30 years, will be even to men when it comes to like sporting abilities.
I don't think so.
No, they won't. Because we can see examples of it you can see two kids who have been at athletics from the same age, and they're a boy and a girl, and when they get to 10 and they've had the same training and the same coaches, one's going to be faster and stronger.
Dude, it's an easy argument. Like, why does it's not a hypothetical. Just you don't have to argue about it. It's like, win the gold. Until then, you can't just tell people, I'm going to play for the West Coast Eagles. I'm like, show me the jumper.
Yeah, well,
until then, you don't really have to get in debate. And it will all be proved in time.
And this is what I was about to say. Like, there's no point me trying to debate that person or trying to prove it to them. Like, you're not going to convince them.
No. It is plausible.
Just like, okay, cool. It's an interesting
thought.
Imagine,
but no.
Could it not happen? Like, AFL becomes non-contact, then it's a bit more like netball. Who knows?
Yeah, it already is nearly like that.
Well, I know you were talking about that. So I'm like, is it possible?
Well, then before I forget, on the AFL,
they could be the best.
While we have got the perfect bridge between footy and cancel culture, this has really, this has infuriated me, to be honest.
Yeah, it should do.
So you're not across footy, but what's happened is the GWS Giants have gone and had their Wacky Wednesday, so like end of season piss up, in a private room, private area, private hotel.
The fact we've heard about it wasn't that private.
Exactly, bro. They have a private event just between them. They've done dress ups and the theme was celebrity couples.
Yeah.
Now, one fucking loser who you've just described their whole existence, who might have, I think they said it was a bartender, has complained to the club about their attire, so what they dressed up as, because someone dressed up as Jared Hayne and a blow-up doll, who's since had his thing overturned, by the way. However, that is neither here nor there.
Yeah.
They dressed as the Twin Towers, P. Diddy.
Twin Towers, that's hilarious.
Yeah, P. Diddy and one other outfit. Now, keep in mind, this is a private party that no members of the public have
meant to be there
at all.
Yeah.
And there surely should be some kind of confidentiality clause if someone's having a private event.
Yeah.
You should let them as long as they're not bugging or destroying or ruining property or stopping your business from making money. I never
even heard this.
Yeah, so it's come out today. Now, it gets worse. Because of this fucking one loser that's complained, they've accessed CCTV footage.
And they've got all the footage of it.
So that means that they've
had
Bill
Gates in there?
They've had a massive overreach of privacy, a massive overreach. The CCTV is for protection of people. They've used that to destroy the protection of the GWS players, and they've got the CCTV footage of these guys on a muck-up day, which is supposed to be a bonding experience. For 6 months, they've worked together on a goal. They haven't drunk, they haven't done anything. Like, now, it's been leaked to a journalist. So, the journalist that has fucking broke this story, you're an absolute scumbag rat.
But what have they done wrong?
You are the rat that's behind the car because...
What did they do wrong? What's everyone angry about?
Exactly. What gives you... Where do you get off and going, ooh, this is my story about the AFL. I'm going to report about players dressing up inappropriately in a private room and make the public know. If you hadn't fucking done that, the public wouldn't have known. Now, they've been fined 20 grand each player.
Yeah.
Some of them are facing suspensions of AFL games. The club dealt with it. Now the AFL, because of you rat journalists, that's fucking spread the story.
Which ones didn't?
Well, it gets even worse. Toby Green is the captain of the club. He wasn't there. Or even if he was there, whenever the incidents happened.
That's the biggest crime of the lot, missing Mad Monday. Suspend him for life.
Yeah. Because he was the captain, they've given him the highest fine. He was just dressed as Ray Gun. Now they've fined him 20 grand because of lack of leadership.
Oh my God.
That to me is absolutely disgusting. It's pathetic. It's an overreach of the players' privacy. Who gives a fuck what you dress up as? It's for team bonding. It's nothing to do with the public. No one should have ever been made aware of this. And even if it was made aware, that one bartender, they could have said, hey, mate, we're really sorry. Here's fucking an apology, or here, the club's going to look after it.
Yeah.
You can surely understand this is their one day. Because of that one guy complaining to the club, the AFL's got involved, and that one rat journalist, I don't know who it is, but Mitch Cleary, I don't know. Actually, I won't slander anyone. So I don't know. I have a feeling one of those. But whoever broke that story, have a fucking look at yourself, man, because what are you doing? You've got 50 trades to report on. You've got AFLW happening. Woo, report on that shit. Don't report on the individual players letting out steam in a private room and use CCTV footage as a massive invasion of privacy.
He's also misrepresenting their intent, right? Because you're doing fancy dress.
Yep.
What's funner than dressing in the taboo?
Yeah.
Like that's what you do.
Yeah.
Because it's so fun
to dress.
It doesn't mean that you're showing reverence to Hitler
Yeah.
or the Twin Towers. It's literally a lot, and it's a well-spoken thing with mates that you trade in the taboo for humour.
And if it was on stage and a stand-up bit, it wouldn't be an issue. Like, but it's, maybe the Jared Haynes one is done in a bit of distaste for sure.
I don't know what they dressed as, so I've just thrown myself in.
Well, I just told you it was Twin Towers. It was.
I would have gone as Building 7.
Just self-imploded.
So what was Jared Haynes with a woman?
No, well, Jared Haynes got charged with rape or sexual assault, and then it got overturned. So as a celebrity couple,
I suppose like making
that one is probably
dude, it's
so
on the nose. Crazy that it's like rinse and repeat with the footy guys. Like they all know that they're sponsorship now.
Yeah.
And it's not a fun job anymore. Like you have to just work hard and get money and play you know what I mean? The beating heart of it has changed a lot. It's now monetized.
So Twin Towers, Josh Giddey, Diddy, like all the on the nose, like risky costumes.
But it's a weird thing, mate, because it's so sterile and sanitized now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it is disappointing for them because they can't have personalities or really step out of line. But unfortunately, in a workplace, that's what
they're also.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you don't get to have fun.
Yeah.
Guess what?
That's a great
when I go
point.
to Coles at my Christmas party and I come dressed as a paedophile, they fire me. Well, do you know what I mean? Just because you're a celebrity, guess what?
Yeah.
There's a lot of money on stake with Coca-Cola and branding.
Yeah.
And guess what? You don't get to enjoy your life because you signed a contract and you have to kick a ball through sticks and you better shut your fucking mouth and do sponsorship.
Can you clip these?
And
Can you do
runs.
the counterpoint?
No, but I'm saying you got to do fun runs, and you know what? You're a vehicle for money for a bank and an insurance company to get their product out to Australians, and no one gives a shit. about you having fun.
Yeah.
Carry the fucking sponsorship. You want fun? Wait until you're retired. Otherwise, shut the fuck up and spoon feed us. Sanitize bullshit answers and say, I'm doing everything to look after the children.
Yeah.
I'm not going to step wrong. What do? I'm a role model. Go to schools.
Yeah.
Do handballs. You want fun? Then fucking make your own money.
Yeah.
Fair call. Fair counterpoint.
Yeah.
I just feel it's just an invasion of like, my thing's not so much at like, sure, have a word to them about their costumes. Like, deal with that in-house. I feel like my bigger bone to pick is the person that reported that publicly.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been an issue. It wouldn't have got out. They could have dealt with it in-house.
Look, I'm disappointed about it because I like McEnroe and I like Kyrgios and people that but they're individuals.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, footy sold out to the corporations. And the moment that happened, it became a business, which means, guess what? It's not fun anymore. And it's equivalent to accounting. So you have to sit and do your little handballs and you better fucking wear the Commonwealth Bank hat when you go to your kids' football.
Even in your off-season?
Oh, I suppose that off season,
you're out of hours.
but then I'm still like
still a representative. I get it. Yeah,
because they're merged together. Guess what? There's a lot of money at stake, and no one really gives a shit about it anymore.
So what's the? Because they're going to miss. Apparently, they're going to be fined with like 2 games of suspension as well. So that doesn't sit right.
Well, you know what you needed to do is not sell out.
Yeah.
Keep footy pure. Like if you want dickheads from National Australia Bank to pay for all your facilities, guess what? You have to pretend you work at National Australia Bank.
You would just go to America where they don't know who you are.
I just think
The
people
issue
are
we have is
confused.
that they're all, you've brought this up a lot.
The young fellas.
They're young.
Yeah.
And they're like, as we all do when we're growing up, we all make stupid mistakes and do stupid shit. And they're doing it on a public
well, it shouldn't have been
forum.
a public forum. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it was a
correct.
private
and I
room.
agree with that.
Yeah.
And they're well aware
It's
of
an
it because
invasion of privacy.
They're all media trained and say absolute fuck
Well,
all at every interview.
and that's
so,
what
they do toe the line during the season.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Like, these guys are young guys who are making mistakes, whether how bad they are or not. You have to have an understanding of they are growing up in the spotlight and sometimes they're going to make errors. Don't fucking judge them too harshly. Like, think about your own stuff when you were growing up, the stupid things you used to say or do. Imagine if every single thing
and
you
maybe
did
maybe
said
not maybe
was
don't have
broadcast
false
for everyone
prophet.
to hear.
Maybe don't look for your role models to guys that just keep running into electric fences every off season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe don't look for like, I want philosophical updates from the guy that's really good in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like maybe we separate these idols out and go like, you know what? These guys punch each other in the head and run with pigskin football around the field.
Yeah.
Maybe if we want to look to get role models, we might look to the science community and philosophers and, do you know what I mean? Different. Look at a different place.
Well,
Should they get an amnesty where the media and the clubs have an agreement, like in off season? There is to be no reporting on or the AFL puts a rule down because
what they do there, but it just
we wouldn't have known about it if they didn't report it. Like, they've made the problem worse.
And they've got to make personalities to sell the teams, right? And the story arcs. So they do have they have to have a bit of charisma to create like, oh, this is the larrikin. Oh, he took a mark. He proved his coach wrong. But ideally, like what National Australia Bank is, they don't talk at all. And they just move around the field.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's a lot.
I don't know.
What do you reckon they think was going to happen?
Look, man, you just
when they were organising it,
boys.
and they go, like, I'm going to go dressed as
Probably think it's
the COVID virus.
It's like trying a new bit. You're like, oh, this will crush, and you do. I'm going to spit on my reflection and kill myself. And you go, oh, actually, that wasn't that.
Yeah.
People didn't respond to that the way I thought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're young. They're just going to think shit like that.
Yeah.
They're going to go, fuck, I thought that was funny. Like,
And who got hurt? They were all
Nobody
consenting
got
adults
hurt.
that wanted to dance with the taboo and fuck around with it. The person that hurt people was the journalist that decided to broadcast it to family and friends and the broader community and showed the idol dressed as Saddam Hussein with a fucking dildo up his ass. And I'm like, maybe the media should have censored it a little bit better and not take idols and have them doing racial slurs out of bars and go like, fuck, it wouldn't really be good for the 8-year-old boys to see this guy with his dick out. So why not show anyone else?
The perfect example is completely unrelated is the Trump bleach thing where he didn't say that for people to drink bleach. And then the media started saying, he said drink bleach. So then people started drinking bleach because of what the media said. So it's the media and their narrative and their spin on what's happening that always makes it worse.
It comes down to that individual reporter's ego. He's like, oh, look at this. Look at this fucking juice.
Do you know what?
I'm going to shit on these guys.
It's the same energy. Them. It's all driven by jealousy. It's the same reason that I kept deleting you during your Regal show.
You didn't delete me, Kate.
No, I'm joking. But what I'm saying is he wanted to.
He's
take
probably a
me
failed
down.
footballer. Couldn't do anything.
He sat there and goes like, "Why did they get the day off?" And I didn't even want to come and film this. And then he thought like, "Enjoy your little fucking infinity pool now that I've got your 2-week ban, potentially tainted your name." And I'm like, it is a breach of trust to be invited there and then to sell them out like that broadly. Like that guy should be suspended because is that a nice thing when you have trust and you say, come along and document it?
The guy sounds like an ally.
No, he didn't. He wasn't even there. He's received, they've got the CCTV footage and used the bartender's complaint. Now, the skits that they did might be horrific, but it still was behind closed doors and not meant for public use. Like, so he wasn't even there, bro.
And what
he's reported
just
on,
pulled the footage.
Pulled the footage.
Well, what I would, if you're a footy player out there, you should try
get stirred on them.
I'd get a private investigator on this guy and track him and tell him we're tracking you for the rest of your life. 1 foot wrong, fuckface, and it's coming out. So when he's in an argument with his wife, we'll be like, ha ha, and you'll see like one of the pack rovers or whatever the fuck they're called in the bushes going, "We got you, dickhead. We heard you yell at your neighbour over the fence. You fucking eat shit, fuckface. We saw you run to get, dude." They lie in the bushes. He runs to get his paper without his pants on, and you're like, "You're going down for a very long time, fucking moron."
Mate.
I would track him for life.
I think back on like the things that I've done in the past. Like I remember my reactions to I had a real bad problem neighbour, and I remember like some of my actions towards him in anger.
Reprehensible.
He was a dickhead.
Yeah, he was a cockhead. But it was like a perfect example is like he put all of his rubbish all over the road, and I decided one day to chuck it back onto his driveway. He's got that on CCTV, and he's like, "The day you get famous, I'm going to release all that." And I'm like, fucking, mate,
trash TV.
Yeah.
How good's that?
Like, release it though. Like, I think, I was like, well, you think I'm going to make it? You're going to make it. Good choice. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, that's crazy, man.
But you look back on like, I didn't need to do that. I should have just gone, he's a fucking idiot.
And that's the thing.
I'll go remove it and I'll put it in my bin and I'll be the bigger person. I should have done that in reflection, hindsight.
But there should be some consequence to the journalists. Like if you said, look, we're going to tag you, like we're doing a footy game for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And then they were like, there's a harassment suit, and they're like, this arsehole footy player's paying $100,000 a year for a private investigator to follow him everywhere. And you just go,
it
like,
would be a nice
and you go,
mirror
well, that's payback, brother.
Yeah.
And then you go like, I took my 5-week suspension. Guess what? Also, I've diverted $100,000 a year to have someone follow you for the rest of your life. Enjoy it, and you put it in the paper.
Yeah.
Superstar pays for private investigator to destroy this man's life, and you go, well, there's a price to pay, and any other journalist willing to do it, I'm willing to write out another check.
It's a great warning. What does it do unto others? What you would do unto yourself?
Well, it just, you know what the thing is? There's no payback. What they really need to do is go and bash that journalist.
Well, that's funny because you said it yesterday, like what happens if people go back and check up on us or fucking like Candace Owens or whoever we're talking about at the time and they're past. And
that links back to Wolfie's thing, the past is the past, but it's not when there's Twitter.
But if every single person had their past analysed, especially with today's evaluation of what is correct and what is allowed to be said and done, everyone would have fucking...
And you
like
grow.
If you go back 50, 60, 70 years, everyone, by terms of what they live by then,
Yeah,
is
I
defined
find
as a racist or a misogynist. Like, that's because that was the norm. Like, we can't go back 15
That's
years ago and look at someone's
dude.
tweet or what they wrote or what they've done and go, oh, what a cunt. Like, that is a terrible person. No, because...
7 years ago, that was that person experiencing life as they saw it.
Exactly.
Which is perfect because there was a bloke, a politician in Mandurah who's cancelled himself. Liberal candidate withdraws over historic racist social media posts. There was a Liberal Party candidate has quit over his social media posts, including one from 7 years ago. His name's James Hall. He's 57. So when he was 50, he wrote one that he was proud to be white. So there's... Out of 4 of these, I think one's pretty bad, but I think the rest, like...
He's proud to be white.
Yeah, he got... But it's in a... Okay, these are the contexts.
Yeah, okay, cool.
These are 4 of the tweets. or posts. I'm proud to be white.
Okay.
I bet no one passes this on because they're scared of being called a racist.
Okay.
I see no issue with that.
No, that's fine.
I see no issue with that because
That, like,
if you flip the script and someone says, I'm proud to be black, I'm a
Yeah.
proud Noongar man, I'm a proud Mexican,
Yeah.
I'm a proud Muslim, no one...
Yeah.
He's
No, I'm
cancelling
I'm proud to be white. Like, there's nothing wrong with being proud of being white.
Yeah. So
What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
I'm proud to be a human.
Well, that's where we're wrong. We have white
yeah,
privilege.
but
I can't
dude,
see anything
I'm-
wrong with it. Eat a dick.
I'm proud to be human.
We
I'm a
are-
person. Like, judge me by the content of my character. Who said that? Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
But dude, it's a tough argument because it's like we aren't the oppressed ones, so of course we're
Yeah,
proud.
yeah.
We haven't had any trauma or conflict.
Well, we definitely
So why
have.
the fuck wouldn't we be?
Yes,
proud?
we have.
Do you know what I mean? It's the same like with Men's
'cause you're
Day.
white doesn't
when
mean
it's
you-
Women's Day and they go, when's Men's Day?
That's-
Why isn't Christmas Men's Day? I'm like, why wouldn't you be proud to be white?
What
We've
was-
had a pretty good run.
What
Yeah,
was,
but you've had trauma in your life. Just because you're white doesn't mean you don't have any trauma.
What was
I know,
Bobby
I know.
Lee's realization? He was like, "Yeah, Koreans, we've never been the oppressor." And
Yeah,
then they
I guess
went
you're
back
the
and
biggest
looked back.
oppressor of all time.
The longest term of slavery owners
No, but-
in history.
But the interesting point about it is the intent, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like the same way the footy guys know when they're going to dress up as a sexual assault guy.
Yeah.
You know what you're going to elicit posting, hey, I'm proud to white. It's just being antagonistic for no reason.
yeah.
Why do you have to, no, but
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
why do you have to focus on that issue? Why don't you just focus
you
on
shouldn't be
the
shamed.
cost of living
Yeah.
You
crisis?
shouldn't be shamed of who, like, I have nothing to do with the indiscretions of white people from the 1940s.
Yeah, 100%.
I can understand and empathize, but it's like,
But you're
I'm
falling,
not connected
you're
to
falling
that.
for his trap. Why are we talking about that topic?
Well, because
You know what I mean? And then you go in and everyone's divided and go like, I'm proud, I'm
Yeah,
not proud.
that's a good point.
And I'm like, why are we dealing with this guy's rhetoric?
well, this is the past
It's
thing
not
that's
really a
come up.
topic I want to be around.
Well, the other one he said, I got invited to a party and I was told to dress to kill. Apparently, a turban, beard, and a backpack wasn't what they had in mind. That's a
dude,
good
I don't-
stand-up.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, not good.
I don't like this guy because he's just a troll.
Stop.
For no
This
reason.
one is probably pretty nuts. Stop the mosques, ban the burqa, a full inquiry into Islam and its impact on Australia.
yeah.
I don't mind looking at people's impact on our culture, but like this is just
But
pure
why-
hate.
why-
The,
why
the,
is
the,
it
ban,
halal
the
and
ban the
Sharia
burqa
law.
thing that came through.
The video's gone.
gone.
Why would you want to be in a position of power and then stereotype people by cliches?
Yeah, he wasn't in power though. He was running for
Yeah,
parliament.
but what he's in a position like if you're in footy, right?
Yeah.
You're paid by National Australia Bank, or whatever the bank is. So like, shut the fuck up. Do you know what I mean? Why are you being provocative? Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you doing it?
Yeah, so
You're just
this,
being a
but
shit
again,
stirrer.
that was 7 years ago. But he's made his bed. He's got to lie in it right now, right?
But what's the impact? Like, it is hurtful because it's like, why are you doing it? You're just trying to be a fuckhead to cause
or
drama.
maybe he was actually genuinely concerned about his community and the impacts that he was seeing. Like we don't know what his reasoning behind it was.
Yeah.
However, I'm not standing up for him or anything. It just relates back to what you're saying about
Someone's
leave your
past.
past behind you. That was 7 years ago.
Yeah, 100%. I agree, but I'm like, I also think like I hate the politicians that are divisive to get votes.
Yeah.
It's a cheap
They
tactic.
politicise sort of thing.
It's a really
Yeah.
cheap hospital pass, fake little way to galvanise votes and, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get popularity.
If you feel like you're doing
It's
a
a- it's
service
a
to your
loser's
community,
move.
if you're coming out from a place of service, whatever issues you present forward, if they resonate with your community, then you will get voted in.
But think about what's the point of a leader is to heal and homogenise and create peace and to make things better.
But then
Yeah.
again,
So
if
by
we're gonna,
going in and just going like, oh, get rid of the Jews, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's a great way to get voted in. But
Has
it's
anyone
not-
tried that before?
Yeah, I've never heard of it. No, but I'm saying it's a great way to galvanise people's that are having a tough time and to find someone to blame.
Yeah. And you get them to shift the blame on themselves again. Oh, it's not my problem. It's the immigrants.
Yeah.
It's
And-
them.
Yeah.
and it's
I
a-
don't take
pin the tail on
responsibility.
the
I'm better
donkey.
than them.
And so you look at, you know, it's like what I was thinking of, like people that get angry with these people that are first generation refugees or migrant. I'm like, some of them have been here 25 years.
Yeah.
They
They're
are
more Aussie than you.
They're more Aussie than your kid who's 7.
Yeah.
They have more understanding of your culture and traditions, and you yell at the van, your kid yells out, fucking go back to where you came from. I'm like, dude, he knows he's lived 3 times you have in Australia.
Yeah.
He's had more Vegemite sandwiches than you have, you fuck.
My
Yeah.
biggest bugbear is anybody, I don't care if you're black, white, yellow, or rainbow, if you are complaining about Australia and you are trying to change what happens here, or you're saying it needs to be like this Sharia law in this country, fuck off.
Yeah.
Go back to where you want it to be like.
Yeah.
Like, if you're complaining about the country you live in, no one's forcing you to stay here.
And so the other way,
move to where you are saying is better.
So the other way as
Well, they
well,
shouldn't
like
be
the
trying to change
overcorrection,
everyone.
like those people who
There's-
go
there's
like
plenty
ban the
of room
burqa.
for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, the ban the burqa. I used to have a massive issue with that because people's issue issue with that side of religion and those sorts of people was that they are so strict, and this is what you have to do in my country.
Yeah.
If you think that's a terrible thing,
Yeah.
why would you want to impose
Impose
that
it here.
in our country?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be accepting of someone's rights to wear a burqa and celebrate their religion? Doesn't mean they have to take over, but if your actual issue is that they're imposing their thoughts on me, well, I'm now doing that exact same thing to them by saying burn the burqa.
Yeah, but then you see the overcorrection, like England is fucking...
But dude, there should be space for everyone to live their life under their terms.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? We're not looking to homogenize everyone and be the same. There should be space in every country for every belief.
Finding
Like, there's plenty of fucking room.
Work on yourself.
Everyone wants to control the music and have one band playing. I'm like, why can't you have a little bit of house in the back?
Yeah.
A DJ there, some jazz.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why do we have to yell and go, jazz fucking sucks, bash them?
Yeah.
Just fucking go and do your
If you
jazz
see
there.
someone-
And
Yeah.
like, I just don't understand why humans think we're all going to be the same.
Yeah.
What's the goal?
I think if we...
And it's to validate your own ego because you've got your map. And if someone's turning it upside down, you get angry. But guess what? They've got a different map to you. So just fucking grow up.
Yeah.
But if the
Don't you
map
think?
is on your land, let's all have an agreed set of rules
But-
where north is.
I think the
where
You
idea-
moved here because you like opportunity and the way
If
of
you're
life,
wearing a
so-
burqa and cooking up a barbie and drinking some export, fuck yeah, man. I don't give a fuck.
But Australia's identity is so broad and so new. Like, do we have a culture?
No,
Yeah,
it's
well,
so
200 years into.
multicultural. It's very multicultural.
Like, even look at the divergence between your friend group.
Well,
There's no quintessential
Well, I don't
Australian.
think no one's going to argue like that. Okay, well, what we should do is make sure women aren't seen in public and can't speak. It would be heaven. But if I'm just joking. But if we agree that that's normal, then I think there's something wrong with society. I'd like to think that we all have an equal voice. We all.
But do you
have
ever
an
feel
equal
embarrassed
chance.
at like the cartoonish sort of cliche? I'm an Aussie. Get the pluggers on. We're gonna have it. I often leave parties like that where it becomes a bit too cartoonish of like what we are.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a go attitude with this. And I'm
I
like,
am, you
no,
are,
we're
we
not.
are Australian.
We're not have a go attitude. We're really stuck up and take things very seriously now.
Yeah,
the sense of humor is non-apparent.
Censorship humour.
Even looking at this, right? These roguish footy players had a laugh, and look, where's our sense of larrikin? Where's our laugh at it? We're like, ban them. They should live in the desert. They should be
it's
road
censor
trained for 40
humour.
days.
Censor humour.
Yeah,
I think
man.
With a C, brother.
I think
Are we a fun nation? Not
No.
really. We take ourselves very
think that
seriously
just-
for a small island.
I think that comes from the fact that we've had it so good for so long. That sense of entitlement. Some people have not been challenged for their entire life, so they need to find something to give them purpose and passion and some sort of drive. And they align with this idea
dude,
of like I will be held as the idol because I am the sense of
I hate the-
of what's moral
Righteousness.
and
I hate
their
the
way
media because
of doing it.
we fall victim to it now, right? Because they poke us
Yeah.
and elicit a response, and I'm like, then we validate them by actually it
Discussing
gets
their
a
stupid
reaction,
idea.
Yeah.
and I'm like, this should just get ignored. Print presses are relevant, and they're obviously doing it to clickbait,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why the fuck are we reading their dog shit articles and then discussing them? They're irrelevant people, and then I'm so sick of like having discussions with people that have been triggered by some fuckhead in Rockingham that wanted to get a reaction. I'm like, why'd we give him the reaction in the first
was
place?
Mark
He's a
McGowan.
loser, dude.
But I've said
Where was
this.
he?
The Rockingham guy.
No, but who was the guy that said, "Oh, I'm proud to be white"?
Aye,
I'm
Mandra.
like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
we should have written is "Good on you, cunt,"
Yeah.
and then just moved on. Why has he suddenly become
Yeah.
part of the zeitgeist? He's meaningless.
Well, print is
all
dying.
he did was like try put his put a stick in someone's pokes and go, "Oh, how good is it?" For
Yeah.
2 days, everyone was like, "We shouldn't, we should."
Yeah.
I'm like, just ignore the fuckhead. He did it out of spite.
Well,
He
if
did
you-
it on purpose to
if you
elicit
think
a
about-
response.
Like you genuinely think about any comment that you've ever written on someone's post that maybe disagrees with it, like 10 seconds later, you've forgotten about it.
Yeah.
And so if you think of it the other way anyone who's written something negative on your post or quite attacking on your post, if you don't reply to it, they've forgotten they put that comment up.
Yeah.
That's just...
Yeah, that's true.
You don't think of it like that, but if you think of it from your own perspective, anytime I've put a snide comment on like a CNN post, that's a really good thing. Like 2 minutes later, I completely forgot I've even posted.
You've forgotten you've
That's
done
what
it.
the internet is, man.
Yeah.
Why don't we respond like...
So why would you respond? If you just don't respond, they've completely forgotten about you, and all you're doing is giving it life
Do you
by
get tired
responding.
of it?
Yeah.
Because the media throws rocks at the beehive and then we continue to like flare up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you not annoyed of it? Like, do you not see the loop on it? Have you had are you exhausted by it? Like, I'm just detaching from all of it.
Yeah.
It's good
Because
for
I'm like,
stand-up, at
I
least.
see it and it's probably a good way to do stand up, but I'm like, I don't enjoy it anymore because I know why they're doing it. Just to try get you to click. So why do we have to keep having discussions about things that we wouldn't agree on?
You can see through it.
Like, are we ever going to agree? Like, you know, you were saying the footy, the female in sport, the trans thing.
I didn't mention trans today.
But what I'm saying is we're not going to agree. So why don't we just find commonality and talk about those things that we all agree that, like,
what a terrible thing.
ice lattes taste good.
Yeah, but also you need, on the flip side of that, we have to agree at some sort of level to keep everybody physically safe. Emotionally safe, that's your own problem. Like, fucking build some resilience. But
imagine if you had this chat with someone, so you're like, females, are they good at sport? And then you pivot it and go, which is the best thick shake? Is it strawberry, chocolate, or vanilla? Whoa. Do you know what I mean? As in, like, why does everything have to have a fucking scorpion sting in the tail where it's always high stakes? And it's because we like to have emotional and visceral interactions with people.
That's the human experience.
You could actually, with that person you're arguing with, agree that milkshakes are the best.
Yeah.
And
But
actually
they're not,
hug
bro.
each other.
Milkshakes suck, man.
No, but I'm saying,
Fucking,
like,
why would you want milkshake when you can get a
That's what
fucking
I'm saying.
banana split, you dickhead?
Why when you're
Pull your head
engaging
in,
with
mate.
it, someone, are you trying to find all your differences rather than finding your commonality?
Well, it comes
Start
back
with
to
that.
what we spoke about. I love how our episodes always go in circles and loops, and Jesus is teaching, and the treat others as you want to be treated. Like, why would you, if you said something incorrect or something that someone disagrees with, wouldn't you want to be treated with respect and say, hey, I don't agree with what you're saying. Why do you think that? And you'd want that in response, not, oh, you're wrong, you're a fucking dickhead. So why would you do the other way?
Dude, it's like
So
when you
it
yell
is
at
like
someone in the street or they annoy you, like, if you actually try to consider their side, you're like, why would they feel like that?
Yeah.
And then you're not angry because you're like, oh, it makes sense, dude. His parents left when he was young. He had some drunk driver of this nationality did it, or his mum died young.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a lady hater. He's had like
lady HD?
No, 8 girls have stolen houses from him. He's had 3 divorces. She cheated on him. Like, contextually, you can see why someone would frame in every way.
And it doesn't necessarily make it the right thought pattern, but at least you can have understanding.
And then you're not as angry because you're like, I can understand. The guy in Rockingham was not getting any traction. He felt irrelevant because he's dumb cunt.
Yeah.
And then he thought lashing out on nationality might get people forgetting that he's actually incompetent at his job.
Or he's had a negative experience with the groups that he has disapproval for.
Yeah, and then he hasn't done scientific method, and he's applied a sample of one across an entire population, which is flawed science. And basically, at the end of the day, every time you've got these things, you haven't done valid investigation.
Well, that's the same as that whole like 10, 15 years ago when it was like everyone was hating on Muslims, and they would say like, you know, some of the Muslim acts of like genital mutilation on women and whatnot. No, that's a Muslim problem. And then I remember seeing this interview on, I can't remember what news channel, but one of the guys said, no, this isn't a Muslim problem. This is a Pakistani problem. And this is like, are you going to go to Indonesia and talk to all of the Muslims in Indonesia and say you've got a problem and they don't have any partaking in genital mutilation? So it's not so painting everyone with this broad brush in any aspect.
I've heard of a guy that wants to cut his dick off and put it in the bin.
But do you not find
That's a Wolfie problem.
Do you not find it limiting, like when someone would consider you Australian under their stereotypes? And I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm fucking more than that and less than that and I'm my own thing.
Yeah.
But then it's like the same thing happens to the Pakistanis. They're just out there having barbecues and they've got like a Mark McGowan, and then we're hating them on the net. Shut up, fuckhead. And he's like just drinking like a VB and having a hot dog.
Well, and
he's like, why is this cunt so angry with me?
And what makes you Australian? Like, as Australian, I was born here. I have grown up around people who talk in a certain accent, so it defines the person I am. But at the point, I am just very happy and grateful that I have grown up in a country that's got the opportunities that it is, but that doesn't change anything whether I went to Indonesia or whether
and it's
just
a
because of the way they look
issue.
and the accent they have and the way they've grown up. It doesn't change anything.
And it's just basic framing, because all you need to do is click out one level and it's just idiots on a rock.
Yes.
And then suddenly we're all unified.
And so
but what you do is you zoom in on the detail and go, there's a slight difference between this area because they wear a towel on their head.
Yeah.
I want to fucking stab them. But if you zoom out, you just see these idiots swarming the earth, clueless on their own identity and why they're here.
Further in that, you see that the astronauts
the blue dot
when they're out there. Astronauts out,
allegedly.
When the astronauts, they look at Earth from the outside point of view, and they see this floating ball in the middle.
Click out.
It's a one click out. When we're just fucking separated by these imaginary.
You know what
lines
destroys all that argument is that the pale blue dot. Look up that online, and they explain the pale blue dot. It's everything that you know, everything that's been, everything that we are. Happened in this tiny pale blue dot.
It actually happened.
All your dreams, all your hopes, all your trauma, all your sadness. This tiny pale blue dot. They word it a lot better than this hatchet job. Yeah. But it's a very nice way. If you read that, it's very hard to kick off on the internet.
Well, and this ridiculous realization that I had whilst fucking stoned of all things, but I guess sometimes that changes your perspective. There was this one thing where the person I was with at the time said, we were watching TV and the universe was on and then the Earth was there and they were like, how small are we? We are not even ants on the Earth. And then it gave me this insignificant feeling of we are nothing. What does it all mean? It means nothing. So if it means nothing, who gives a fuck?
Dude, imagine that if every time you had an argument, you started zooming out and then you became this tiny stick figure on the side of this blue and green thing. Yeah. And you were yelling, going, I told you, cunt, don't put the bin on my side. And you'd immediately just hug him and go, dude, don't worry about it. You can live in my house. I'm going to do your bins, brother.
Nothing
I want to
would matter.
connect with the world. And you're yelling at some different ethnicity and you would just zoom out and just go, come in the car, dude. Take it out.
If you feel small, wait till you got goat tape on your dick.
Dude, it all comes down to taking yourself too seriously and forgetting contextually where we're at.
What is it? And then you can't see the forest from the trees?
Yeah.
Dude, but it's all the comedians. They all come down to that. It's just love. That's all there is.
Yeah. Contextually as well, the last bit about identity is funny because when I'm in Australia, I don't say I'm Australian. I go, I'm Italian and I'm English. But when I'm overseas, I'm like, I'm an Aussie. Yeah. But then I try to explain to them, but back home, I'm Italian English.
Yeah.
So everything's contextual. Where you are is what you consider yourself.
Imagine if you didn't label yourself and you just said, man.
We are love and we are one.
I'm a human.
Yeah, I'm a human.
I'm a sentient being trying my best to find meaning and purpose in this
I've just realised
that goes by the label of Andrew.
Yeah.
That's how I identify myself.
That's almost time.
Yeah. I'm a human being and then you can bang everyone.
How spiritual is we are one, but we are many?
Yeah.
The opening lines to We Are Australian is so spiritual, man. We are one source.
That should be our national anthem.
And you know what the best part? Demonstration is a food court. How good is it? Yeah. Back in the day, we probably just had meat pies in there. The variety and spice of a food court versus just serving up a barbecue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? A food court shows you how good it is having a melting pot.
Yeah.
Because how good's having a curry one day and then you get a bit of sushi.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's pretty basically explaining food when you go to Karen Up and go to a food court and you're like, this is sick.
Have you heard Amos's bit about?
Nah.
Oh, bro.
Food
I won't ruin a punchline, but it's fucking
No, but I'm saying we're fighting for it, and what you're actually doing is get rid of the Chinese, get rid of the...
Stop putting your arm up in a straight manner when you say that.
No, get rid of the sushi. I only want donuts and pies. I'm like, imagine if you went to a shop and all they sold was pies.
Or white shirts.
Or you only had white shirts.
Yeah.
Imagine if you went to Just Jeans and you could only buy white shirts and white
Imagine if you could buy Just Jeans.
We should put that up as a thing. We should try and get that as our national anthem.
What?
I reckon it sounds better as well.
What,
it's
the Just Jeans?
We are one, but we are many.
Did you hear the crossover though?
Just genetics.
What was the Waltzing Matilda? No, what's the...
lands on earth we come.
Oh, no, we come from the land down under. Yeah. You know, we come from the land down under. It was stolen from...
Kookaburra sits in the
Kookaburra.
Yeah.
Really?
Kookaburra.
And there was a big lawsuit about it.
They had to give all
and they
their
were
money.
so upset about it because the guy that passed away was devastated by it because he felt like it discredited his greatest work.
He gets to laugh Kookaburra laugh. Kookaburra.
Have a laugh about it, mate.
Gay his life must be. Cancelled.
Cancelled.
Do we really?
Gay is happy in that. Yeah.
Do we really need
Context.
a song? What are we, children?
Yeah.
Like we all got to hang around with a flag and a song? What is this fucking
Bunch of flaggets.
Book week at kindergarten?
Wolfie, come on fucking every month, please.
Okay,
That was
mate.
so
People
good.
would have hated me, dude.
No, do you want to? That's incredible.
I've got to
episode.
stand
Let's do our goat tape.
Yeah, we will.
We're gonna do
Do you want to quickly?
intro?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Nah, man, I'm not
anything?
nothing to plug. Hey.
Wolfie's starting a new pod called The Wolf Den.
Yes.
Or Spitting in the Mirror. But Wolf Den, it has to be because...
It's going to be called All Trades Covered.
Well, I thought that would be awesome.
Wolf Den is sick, bro. I reckon you go Wolf Den.
What about Spitting in the Mirror?
Wolf Den. But Spitting in the Mirror is funny.
Yeah.
I think your new...
Places
you should
you've
do
shit.
Have you got... are you doing Fringe or not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
have
we've
you
got
got
a
a
room.
venue?
Yeah, we've
Oh,
got
yeah,
a venue,
sick. Okay,
dude.
cool.
We've been trying to contact you to book you.
Yeah, because I've got some spare space at Stables. But you should...
of course, man.
The thing you
Stables
said
are for
earlier...
horses only, brother.
Ketamine. Trauma Hunter would be a great name.
You know what I thought would be good? Tear jerker.
That's not bad.
And then do a
you
lot
jerk
of
off till you cry?
philosophical stuff. Yeah, and it's like tear jerker, and it's sort of like got a punny masturbation.
I like
thing.
Trauma Hunter, what you were saying before.
Trauma hunter.
Yeah. Instead of a storm chaser.
Oh,
or trauma
dude, but
chaser.
then you know what I'm going to get?
Or maybe melting pot, chicken trauma.
I'll have 1 million broken toys crying in the crowd.
That's fine, bro. That's what gets you awards, man.
What's
And then you can live your life as a fucking successful comedian.
dude.
Award-winning comedian.
I probably
Andrew Gatsby.
To be honest, I'll probably end up just going working at NAB. National Australia Bank.
Delby, do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, I'll be at Live Lounge doing Who's Right in Wanneroo Friday,
Sick.
October 25th.
Sick.
Froth Quiz Night, October 29th. And then just some weddings and shit until Sydney. I'm back over November 15th in Campbelltown. Tickets are on sale. When's this launching?
Today.
Tickets are on sale tomorrow if you're listening on this.
Do you reckon a show house and land package is all right?
That's actually pretty funny in this economy. Your opener can be the land and you're the house.
Ridiculous. And then you talk about consumerism.
I've got nothing to plug. Thanks so much for coming on, Wolfie. That was a fucking
I hope it was all right, dude. I'm not in a good
belter.
place.
Fuck, it didn't record.
All right. Yeah.
We're done.
All right.